You're watching the Dr. Pepper Road to the Championship. Game day in Baton Rouge, a tradition on the Bayou, but much has changed. Tonight, for the first time in almost 12 years, a new coach leads the way to Tiger Stadium.
It's never easy when you make a change. I felt, however, that this program needed a change.
It can happen quickly and unexpected. Change. We can't always be prepared for each instance.
Coach Miles came in, gave us a little goodbye speech, and we all almost shed a tear.
Those are the times when there's opportunity to learn. A chance to be better than before. It's when we grow. After over a decade of permanence, LSU is in the midst of a change. Ed Orgeron is now its lead cat. For inspiration during this time, LSU need only look across the field. Missouri knows full well about change, having gone through it themselves recently. They have grown, and some say improved. Play action, middle, touchdown, Mizzou! Change can happen quickly and unexpected. But there's opportunity following that change, a chance to be better than before. You are looking live at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. High-flying Missouri, boasting the most prolific passing offense in the SEC, visits LSU for the first time in history. And for those who come here regularly, this will be a very different night. Missing will be the Mad Hatter, Les Miles. Last November, Miles was carried off the field by his players who'd saved his job by beating Texas A&M. But it did not carry over into this season, and a 2-2 start doomed Miles. And for the first time in 12 seasons, a new face will be in control here tonight. Ed Orgeron, Coach O, the leader of the band. Kaylee Hartung is with him. Let's go down to Kaylee.
Well, Coach, as the head coach of the Tigers, what did you say to your team before you let him out that tunnel?
Play for your brother. One team, one heartbeat. It's all about that ball. Let's get after the energy and have fun. Look at this house. Big plays, fueled emotion. Here come the Tigers.
How do you describe your emotion in this moment?
It's a special moment. But it's for these players and these fans in the state of Louisiana. We're ready to go.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. And if he sounds like a home state guy, folks, he is. He's all Louisiana. He's a raging Cajun, baby. And here he comes. What do we expect here?
Well, listen, he's proven that he can manage these types of situations. He was the interim coach at USC 2013, led them to a 6-2 record. He's not really going to mess with the X's and O's. He's going to let his position coaches manage their guys. One thing he is, though, he is an outstanding motivator. He can inject positive energy to the team, both on the practice field and in the meeting rooms. And you heard him right there. His messaging really unifies the team, kind of a us against the world sort of thing. And Brent, you and I spoke to some of their players yesterday. They've already bought into Coach O. Yeah, they want to play for him, and they know they can still go out and win the SEC. It starts tonight, got to take one at a time, but I expect this team to play with their hair on fire for Coach Orgeron.
Now, the other side, new coach this year in Barry Odom. But how about the maturity of quarterback Drew Lock?
Yeah, if you watched Missouri's offense a year ago, it was pretty inept. This is not last year's Missouri offense. They got a new offensive coordinator in Josh Heupel, but it's the true sophomore Drew Luck at quarterback that really makes this thing go. He's playing with so much more confidence than a year ago. He's a big guy, he's got a quick release, but to me, he's got the best arm of any quarterback I've seen this year in college football. Tremendous velocity. He can make the wow throw and loves to take shots downfield. And right now, he's throwing to what's becoming one of the more dangerous receivers in the SEC in Jamon Moore. He's fast. He can run and get behind you. He's dangerous after the catch, and he's on fire. 6 touchdown catches now in the last 6 quarters that he's played. LSU has a really talented secondary. They're going to have their hands full trying to stop these two guys.
Oh, by the way, we've got a couple of great pass rushers here tonight.
Yeah, quarterbacks beware tonight, man. The SEC's got a lot of good pass rushers. You're going to see 2 of the better ones here tonight. Charles Harris from Missouri, Arden Key from LSU. These guys are quick. They have phenomenal speed. I think in the future, they're first-round NFL talent type material. No doubt about it. Both offensive lines have to know where these guys line up each and every play. And both quarterbacks, boy, you better have a plan to get rid of the ball.
So, one update, one story. You will not see one of the Heisman Trophy favorites coming into the season. There is number 7, Leonard Fournette, who will not play tonight. Re-injured his ankle last week in that dramatic loss at Auburn when a helmet inadvertently hit him in the ankle. He came out prior to the game, but he was already wearing sweatpants. He did move around, and so I would fully expect him to return to the team in time for the game next week at Gainesville. So that means that this young man and number 5, Darius Geis, and he is a good one, folks. He's been overshadowed. He's one of the better running backs in the SEC. You're going to get a big look at him here tonight. Now, Missouri won the toss, and they want to go to work right away offensively. Johnson and Taylor back deep. Gamble with the ball on the tee for LSU. And away we go with Kircher. Pulled it out of bounds. There's going to be a penalty on his first play. Not what they were looking for.
Hey, rookie.
Drew Lock is a sophomore, 6'4". He's out of Lee's Summit, Missouri.
And there's a lot to like about him, Brent. He possesses a lot of things he simply can't coach. 6'4", 220 pounds. He moves well for a really big quarterback, but I talked about the arm talent. Whether he's on the run, whether he's off balance, from all different types of arm angles, he can get it out. He can get it out with a lot of velocity.
Number 21, that's Ish Witter. He'll open at running back. Number 80 is Sean Culkin, one of the talented tight ends. Right away, he goes airborne, incomplete. And he was looking for Jamon Moore immediately off the top of this game. And Jamon Moore, as Jesse told you, is maturing into one of the better weapons here in the SEC. Now that hurry-up offense, and away they go. Pitching it quickly to the outside, and Emmanuel Hall, he is emerging. A week ago, he caught 7 balls for 122 yards and a touchdown. So they're coming right after him, and here's 3rd down and 10.
LSU has a lot of tall corners with long arms that can run. What a matchup.
3 straight passes. Goes to Moore, who was pushed. I don't see a penalty flag, however. On the sideline, that was Dante Jackson, folks. He's the fastest man on this LSU team.
And on 2 plays on that drive, you saw that coverage ability from this LSU secondary. Drew Lock trying to go to his go-to man, Jamon Moore, early, but very good coverage in man-to-man situations. We're going to see a back and forth, I think, all night tonight between these receivers and those DBs.
Terrific return man here. Tre'Davious White. Fatone, one of the better punters, drives him back inside the 15-yard line. Coming out from the 12, beats the first man, tries to get the edge. Penalty flag comes flying. Great special teams coverage. And that young man, Corey Fatone, is a terrific punter. He's out of Franklin, Tennessee. And there is a flag on the play. 52-yard punt before the penalty here. Coach Odom on the far side. A lot of Mizzou fans have traveled down. First time in history they've ever come.
During the kick, illegal block in the back, number 14 receiving team. Ball be penalized half the distance to the goal for the end of the kick. First down.
So tough field position for Danny Etley. They transfer from Purdue.
Yeah, he's relatively new to LSU, but he has experience having played at Purdue, played in 13 games, started 12 of those, and doesn't have the best arm in college football, but he's pretty accurate, gets the ball out quickly. He's also a much better runner than I think a lot of guys give him credit for, and against this pass rush from Missouri tonight, he's going to have to be able to use his legs.
So Geis remembers his running back without Fournette here tonight. Etley on first down Oh, the crowd's going to love this. Thrown on first down. Durrell's the receiver. During practice, they used an awful lot of 4 wide on Thursday. Remember now that Steve Insminger is the new offensive coordinator. He is upstairs, one-time LSU quarterback. There is your 4 wide package right now with 3 on the wide side of the field operating from that left hash. Quick throw, and the receiver not on the same page that time was Geis, the running back. And here is that lineup. A little bit of a change with that offensive line. You see that Butte will start, and Tahuma moves over to right tackle, Jess. And there you see, I know you like Geis too.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an angry runner with the football. Very violent. He runs north-south, no nonsense. He's got a lot of straight line speed. If there's a crease, he hits it right away.
2nd and 10. Rolling the pocket to the right. Almost intercepted at the 26 by Newsom, one of the active linebackers, as you know, through the years. Drew has been turning out one good defensive player after another.
This is a play that Newsom has to make. Etling rolling out. He's trying to fit in an out route to Malachi Dupree. The ball's too flat. That goes right into Newsom's hands. This defense for Missouri leads the SEC with 7 interceptions. That should have been their 8th right there.
Darrell Williams checks into the backfield on this 3rd and 10. We'll see if he looks for Harris on a pass rush to help block in the middle. Incomplete. So LSU now forced to punt.
Well, both teams come out throwing it, opening it up, and we're seeing some of those new formations from LSU offensively. Traditionally a run team, throw it 3 straight times. Good job by Missouri's defense and coverage.
Chris Black back deep, standing on the Missouri 40-yard line. Going to return it. Splits 2 defenders, but can't get past the 3rd, and he's down at the 44-yard line. That was Alexander, number 48, who brought him down. Just underway. Both teams throwing the ball. Something new in Baton Rouge.
No 2 allergy days feel the same. With Nasacort, even on your worst days, relief can be yours. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your nasal allergy symptoms, Nasacort stops more for effective relief. Nasacort, guaranteed, or your money back.
It isn't always easy to know where you stand financially. Multiple accounts, investments, insurance. It can leave you wondering how it all fits together. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you see your whole picture, find out what you truly want, and then together we design a plan to go get it. There's a confidence that comes in knowing what financial security is and doing what it takes to achieve it. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
They're here. The latest game changers from Polaris. Ranger XP 1000, the most powerful Ranger ever. General 4, the off-road's most popular new crossover. And Ride Command, groundbreaking technology to connect you, your machine, and your friends like never before. See the best of 2017. Or grab a great deal on remaining 2016s. Get rebates up to $3,000 during the Polaris factory authorized clearance.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Get the new iPhone on us when you switch to AT&T and have DirecTV.
Be you, be you, be you, okay?
No song to worry about today, right? Nothing at all. Let's go get it. Okay? Let's go get it, baby. Okay? Let's go get it. Let's go. Be ready. If we get a sky now, we get a sky kick. Be ready to come up and fill it. Let's go score, baby. All right, lock that deal away and let's go. Get vertical, okay? That's what we're dreaming about. Yes, sir. Focus. Let's go, 19. Let's go,
and that was our AT&T Inside Access with head coach Barry Odom before the start of the game. And Drew Lock just keeps it airborne that time, hitting Jason Reese. I told you they have talented tight ends. Jason Reese, Kendall Blanton, Sean Culkin, 3 of them.
Well, you're already seeing a lot of these small windows that Drew Lock's going to have to fit the football in against this defense tonight. Won't be easy.
Crockett gets his first carry with a penalty flag. Moved the pile, didn't he? Number 16's a freshman.
Yeah, there was a receiver.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Right, there was a tight, I think it was Jason Reese at the bottom of the screen, the formation. He wasn't yet set up. Drew Lock was trying to go tempo, but he didn't have all his guys lined up in time. I think it was the tight end, number 10.
Illegal motion, number 10 offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
LSU defense. A couple of first-round draft choices are out there, folks. Number 33, Jamal Adams. He's safety, and then you get Arden Key, and he leads the FBS. Number 49, great edge rusher. Tried to come in from behind. They ran away from him, as you saw that on their play. And now it is third down. Lewis Neal on the other side.
You're mentioning Arden Key, Brent, and Missouri has to have a plan for him. He leads the country with 6.5 sacks, ultra athletic. He can bend. Right now he's lined up right here at the bottom of the screen. He's quick.
So Culkin picks him up, holds him off in time, but the pass is short of the first down and White makes a stop before Johnson can find running room.
It's impressive watching LSU here in these first 2 drives defensively because they're limiting the damage on first and second down, forcing these 3rd and long scenarios for Drew Lock to try and have to convert.
Josh Heupel talking to the quarterback, Drew Lock on the side. And again, White goes back. White made a good play on defense. He too going to go very early to play Sunday football. Fine athlete. Standing back on the Tigers 10. Fair catch is the signal at the 17-yard line. So the special teams coach went over and talked to her and said, you got to be aware of this punter. Bertone can hang him up. Well, Wednesday, the SEC Network Graduate All Access Pass to LSU football for the game tonight. Ed Orgeron, first game as interim head coach, and you'll get never-before-seen footage and sound. That's SEC Inside, 7 p.m. Wednesday. That's Eastern Time, 6 o'clock for you folks who want to see it right here in Baton Rouge. What a beautiful night we have here. Packed house, fans not sure what they're going to get now with their new interim coach, Danny Etling, back out there. He threw it on every down. Now they go back to a more traditional look with 2 wides. Geis is the running back, and maybe we'll see a running play here. Yes, we will. Watch Geis run. It is very tough for the first man to bring him down. Hatley finally in on the stop.
You're absolutely right about that, Brent. Missouri's got to run to the football and gang tackle. Just because Leonard Fournette, the nation's best running back, in my opinion, is not out there, you can't take a breath. You can't take a beat off with Geis. He's 215 pounds with bad intentions.
Geis is a sophomore. Went to Catholic High School right here in Baton Rouge. Second down and 1. Let's see if they feed him and try to get a first down, or play action off, and let's see what Etling's coming up with. First down.
It's one of the big changes I've seen in the running scheme this year for LSU. They're using a lot more zone schemes. The linemen are kind of just trying to climb into the second level, get a hat on a hat, and they're allowing their running backs to find open lanes. But both Fournette and Geis have very good vision. That was a good example there of Geis finding the cutback lane. It's been a good scheme for them on the ground this season.
Very impressive center in Ethan Posick, a senior from Lamont, Illinois. 77, pulling out. Etling drops off. Very good read, and that goes off to Moreau. Foster Moreau, one of their tight ends. And defensively for Mizzou, and of course all eyes will frequently be on 91. And when I say all eyes, I mean the blockers have got to be very careful with this rascal. He had 3 sacks when Jeff and I were in Columbia for the Georgia game. 2nd down and 2. They go to a fullback look now. Bit of a power eye. That's J.D. Moore leading the way. Geis battles, sidesteps, picks up another 1st down.
Yeah, that's really good footwork by Geis that time. Michael Shear, the middle linebacker for Missouri, he just ran in the backfield. He blew the fullback up. Watch us coming in right here. He's trying to create a pile, but Geis just good feet, kind of that jump cut, able to get out of the way and get north for another 1st down.
Ball on the 41-yard line. Cheater is the tight end on the left side of the formation. Geis again, but nothing doing on this one. He's going to get thrown back defensively, and Marcel Frazier, number 16.
Yeah, Marcel Frazier does a great job coming in and penetrating, but you see right over here scooping in this side. There's a lot of athleticism and quickness from this Missouri front. They're going to give LSU's offensive line a lot of work. It looked like on that play that could have been a face mask call, Brent. It looked like number 16 Frazier may have got his hand up on the cage of Geis.
Yeah, it did. So Darrell Williams now comes in. That might mean pass. He might be a pretty good pass blocker. That was certainly what we saw the last time. There it comes. Quick throw on the slant. Dupree.
And that's a run-pass option. That play originally is supposed to be a run, but Danny Etling kind of looks up at the defense, sees some leverage outside that he likes, and a nice job of just getting the ball out of his hands quickly, out in front, soft catchable ball. And Malachi Dupree, he's got really strong hands, can reel in.
Well, 3rd down and 1, and with the performance of number 5 so far, you would think that would be the play call here behind this offensive line. Tahuma, Butte, Posick, Clapp, Malone. Darrell Williams is the running back behind J.D. Moore, the fullback. First down. So we want to tell Les Miles, I'm sure he's watching this game, a good friend, and we certainly miss him here tonight. But Les, they haven't torn up all your plays. Les brought that from Bo Schembechler.
No doubt about it, yeah.
And it still works. And said, why not?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Crosses midfield. They're with the glasses on in the middle. That is Steve Insminger, the new offensive coordinator right there. He was on the field. He replaces Cam Cameron as the coordinator, and he went upstairs to call the plays. So here is 1st and 10. LSU has moved into Missouri territory. Showing a little blitz look, running away from it with Williams. Good daylight on that left side.
Ethan Posick at center is, I think, a special player, and he's big for a center. 6'7", but extremely athletic. Watch him pull right here, get out and seal back on the backside, right in the middle. You don't oftentimes see centers pulling. It's rare to see an athlete of a guy that big, and he caught Terrence Beckner, who's an incredible athlete in his own right on that play.
Geis returns. 2nd down and 3. Cut back for the 1st down. 30. 25. 20. 10. End zone. Touchdown. LSU. A brilliant run by Darius Geis. 42 yards for the 1st touchdown of the Ed Ogeron era here in Baton Rouge. So good he ran out of his shoe. Here's Kobe Delahousse. Hunter Josh Groudno put it down. 7-0. Oh, here he is, cutting away and then simply running the daylight, switching the ball, and now speed takes over. Happy Coach O.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
At Holiday Inn Express, we've got the best breakfast to keep these young boys playing like the pros. Hey, go Pythons!
We're the Cobras.
That's the spirit. Hey, huh?
The Ables opened a Regions home equity line of credit with an amazing rate, and the signs are everywhere. In the updated kitchen, and the refreshed bathroom, too. Regions' 2.99% introductory rate for 12 months can help you consolidate debt, pay for higher education, or renovate your home. We're here to assist you with quick decisions and helpful advice. As for the Ables, they're still going, with no signs of stopping. Ready to take your next step? Call 1-888-IN-A-SNAP for credit costs and terms.
I'm Nick. That's my brother Brett. We make Johnsonville sausage every day. 100% premium pork, no fillers.
That's right, no fillers. We're heading to SEC country to earn our fans one bite at a time.
So get fired up for game day made the Johnsonville way.
See us in Athens this Saturday at the SEC Nation Tailgate.
When you need tires, you don't need a hassle. Trust the pros at Tire Pros. Get the right tires at the right price without being pushed into buying something you don't need. Take the hassle out of tire buying. Find your local dealer at TirePros.com.
Well, this college football season, stream every game live on the ESPN app and on Watch ESPN. Download the app or visit WatchESPN.com today. So Missouri going to get the ball back, but they've struggled here on their first two drives against this defense. Both of them have been 3 and out. Johnson and Crockett. Check that, Taylor. Taking a knee and coming out on the 25-yard line.
Going back to the touchdown, Brent. Missouri gets out of their gap, so you got D lineman going this way, but I want you to watch Terry Beckner Jr. He does not have gap control. He tries to take the shortcut, tries to run to the other side. Ethan Posic's able to kind of wall him off, and that opened a massive lane and a cutback angle for Darius Geist to run through, and then you see the speed and the wiggle. The Geist did the rest. You know that LSU is going to try and pound the football at you and run, regardless of who's playing running back. You got to be gap sound up front. That's where it starts, and good run defense.
You saw from behind Leonard Fournette, who is not dressed tonight. Now Crockett is the running back. Locke goes deep sideline out of bounds.
There's something that happened on that play you haven't seen very much. Missouri's offense. Drew Lock actually got hit. This is an up-tempo offense. They like a lot of quick throws. Their head coach told us yesterday he'd only been hit twice all year. Well, that time, Devon Godshaw got a good shot.
They come back with a running play with Crockett, number 16, the freshman, and Bauer makes the stop, and now quickly they go into third down, and LSU's defense settles in. Should have been caught. Chris Black had operating room to make that catch. He was covered out there by Jackson, but watch him drop the ball.
Yeah, Brent, it was good coverage by Dante Jackson, but an even better throw by Drew Lock, trying to back shoulder Chris Black, and that's one the Alabama transfer needs to make.
So Fatoni back in, and White is back deep. Now he's standing on the LSU 29-yard line. Booms it. White saw a little daylight, going to try to swing to his right. Got the edge. Fine return to the 35-yard line. So not only can he play defensive back as a flag comes flying, but I think the Sunday fellows took a good look at somebody who can return some punts for you. They're gonna pick that flag up. Jay Carell.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
My insurance rates are probably going to double.
But Dad, you've got
Allstate. With accident forgiveness, they guarantee your rates won't go up just because of an accident.
Smart kid.
Indeed. It's good to be in good hands.
Free's great. Free refills, free blocks of cheese, and free battery tests. We offer free testing because we don't sell people parts they don't need. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Even a beautiful smile can have germs that cause bad breath, gingivitis, and plaque in hard-to-reach places. Act Advanced kills 99% of these germs, helping to keep your mouth fresh and clean. Act Advanced. Advanced germ protection.
Next stop, Florida, on the SEC Network.
Your satellite TV cut out again. And this time, it's not the weather. It's the family of hawks nesting in your satellite dish. And it looks like Mom just got home. Too bad you don't have Spectrum like the Johnsons next door, who are enjoying reliable TV service in their living room, while you try and reason with a very unreasonable bird. Get the bird-bypassing reliability of Spectrum TV.
RossDowningBuickGMC.com. You can do it all here. Shop brand new Buicks with one click. See more new GMCs when you log on. RossDowningBuickGMC.com. Schedule service. Get credit pre-approval. Take advantage of online specials. RossDowningBuickGMC.com. Chat live. Order parts and accessories. If you can do it there,
SEC Saturday Night is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Safe, sound, secure for 100 years. Find your local independent agent at autoowners.com.
So Coach O leading the run out for the first time here as he has replaced Les Miles, the veteran. And now on a 1st and 10, Danny Etling. Was a 7-0 lead, and there was a whistle on the play.
The previous play is under review.
So take a look at that for some reason, and that gives me an opportunity to watch Coach Odom over there on the other side talking to the line judge, and the headlines with O. So, but Kaylee, you know, every quarterback needs a friend, and with Ensminger now upstairs in the booth, which coach now is talking to Danny Etling when he comes off the field?
Brent, that friend for Danny Etling is Damian Craig, the wide receivers coach, a former quarterback himself at Auburn. He is the guy I have seen Etling go directly to at the end of each LSU drive. And talking to Craig before the game, I asked if there was a plan for how much he would be involved in talking with the quarterback. And he said, I don't know. It's our first run at this offense, so I've got to see how he sees the game and how Ensminger sees it upstairs. It's clear, Craig, an important part of the communication for this offense on the field.
Kaylee, yeah, every quarterback needs a voice, needs someone that they can go talk to, be it on the phone or be it in person. Of course, that guy used to be Cam Cameron,
on
the offensive coordinator, and you know, whether he was on the sideline or up in the booth, that's an important conversation for the quarterback to have. And I'll tell you, Damian Craig, a guy I played against when he was at Auburn, really good quarterback in his own right, a guy that understands the position, and of course as a receiver coach understands this offense, particularly in the passing game.
You know what the officials are looking at is a possible targeting on a blocker on the punt return. It appeared that the LSU player may have gotten his helmet up a little too high.
After review, the ruling thing is, during the return, there was targeting number 17, LSU. The penalty will be half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. Number 17 is disqualified.
So that is Xavier Lewis, and this instant replay came from Birmingham. Right there, they picked up that he hit him high on that helmet. They redefined the targeting rule, if you will. It doesn't have to be just what you think of as the very top of the helmet. It can extend all the way from the face mask up to the top because of the controversy in a game involving Stanford out west, in which Owosu was lit up, and most everybody believes it should have been a targeting call. So here tonight, the Birmingham instant replay officials weigh in, and the young man is done for the night. It's unfortunate, but it's a good call, and it's great to protect these fellas.
It's a new rule they're implying this year where the replay booth, if something's missed that's egregious, they can go back and correct it. It's a good example right there.
So the ball is backed up for the offense, and they come right out with Williams, a powerful run all the way out to the 25-yard line for 1st and 10. Take a look at our Skycam look.
Yeah, we're expecting there to be some new wrinkles for LSU offensively in the pass game, but ultimately the identity does not change. Whether it's Les Miles or not on the sidelines, they want to ground and pound and wear you down.
14 yards on that gain.
26-yard line.
Play action, steps away from trouble, but then goes down for a loss as Shearer was in on the stomp.
Yeah, it was
linebacker
A.J. Logan that made the play. Big 325-pound defensive tackle for Missouri. Just really quick. He just runs around the other side of the center, Ethan Posick. He was the one that created penetration and forced Etling to have to stand up, so he's not going to make the stat sheet with a sack, but he made the play.
Second down and 11. Ball at the 25-yard line of LSU. They lead it 7-0. Final 4.5 minutes of the opening quarter here in Baton Rouge. Now Etling moves it to the left, throws on the run. Jazz Ferguson. How's that for a name, folks, in Louisiana? Number 86. Jazz Ferguson, you can't beat it.
No, they've got a lot of good names actually on this LSU team, but it's a nice job moving the pocket, giving Etling a good line of vision to his receiver, Ferguson. The ball came out late, but it was the ground that caused it. You see right there, so no fumble. Big play on second down, setting up here 3rd and short, and I think we know what to expect.
Looks like Williams is the back. The box a little crowded there for the Mizzou defense. They were stout, but Williams appeared to reach across and pick up the first down on that play. So rushing now LSU with 83 yards and 120 total.
This is the guy that LSU is running at a lot. It's Charles Harris. It's who we talked about in our open. One of the better pass rushers in the league, but his run defense stoutness is going to be tested in this game. They're taking the fight right to the most dominant player up front for LSU early.
Geis returns to the backfield. He'll line up there behind J.D. Moore, the fullback. Malachi comes in motion, looking in that direction, firing to Malachi Dupree. Good gain on that play. Very manageable second down. Coming up now as Gibson makes a stop.
And really good anticipation by Danny Etling. A good example of getting the ball out on time. This ball is actually delivered before Malachi Dupree got his head turned around. The ball thrown a little bit behind. You're always scared of that, obviously. Worried about outbreaking routes that get thrown inside. But a nice job anticipating on the throw.
Ferguson returns as one of the wideouts. That's him at the top of the formation there. They come back with a running play. Geis breaks another one. 45, 40, 35. I think he was out of bounds. So the official's going to spot that ball at the 33-yard line of Mizzou.
And this is impressive running by LSU because Missouri is loading the box with 9 guys, and LSU is still running it up in there. And you're seeing the physicality, you're seeing the wiggle, the ability to shake tackles. That's big Josh Augusta, 355-pound defensive tackle, number 97, that runs down and maybe saves a touchdown right here.
No Fournette, no problem. Another 22 yards. He's closing in on 100 here in the first quarter. He's got 82 rushing yards right now as Williams checks in. Picked up a yard, and Burkett was there with Shear.
Burkett also in on the stop.
Impressive opening quarter here for LSU. On defense, they've given up only 12 yards.
And Brett, they've only played
not a first down
They've
yet.
only played 9 snaps. Also, they forced 3 3-and-outs, and this Missouri defense has already been on the field for a lot of game time here tonight. And LSU just controlling the clock, running the ball. They're going to try and wear this defense out.
Timeout. Etling didn't like what he was looking at with the play call.
First charge timeout.
So Damian
LSU.
Craig is over there on the sideline talking to the young quarterback as he comes over. Kaylee explained he's been conferring with him.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. He could go all the way.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Tick, 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 tick.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
What? You thought you'd be the only Tigers out here? Let me tell you something. There are many roads to the playoff, one for each team. They're all headed to the same place, but only 4 get in. So buckle up. The journey starts now.
Next stop, Florida on the SEC Network.
Back in the day, Purdue was known as Quarterback U. How about Bob Greasy? Started 151. Drew Brees just down the road with the New Orleans Saints. He's headed to the Hall of Fame. Jim Everett. Lynn Dawson's in at 159. Gary Danielson. It's interesting about Gary. They ran the wishbone when he was the quarterback. Of course, he went on to the NFL and was a backup much of the time. But the fellows who played with him and in front of him, like Bernie Kosar, they spoke very highly of Gary Danielson's ability to read defenses back in the day. Incomplete, threw it low to the fullback Moore coming out of the backfield.
Finally here, really the first real 3rd and long situation that LSU offense is faced with, and now you get a chance to take a peek at this pass rush and the vaunted pass rush of the Missouri Tigers. You have to identify number 91, Charles Harris. Just ask Georgia, 3 sacks in that game a few weeks back. He can impact and change the game by himself.
So I'm assuming that Appleby just started for Florida again, and so we had 2 Purdue quarterbacks, Etling here and Appleby with the Gators.
Yeah, now the SEC is throwing it around on Saturday.
Amazing. Here's Geis back in as a running back on this 3rd down. Good pocket protection, but cannot get the first down. So Durrell, the receiver.
First big decision for Coach O now. 4th and short. You've been running the ball well. You want to go for it? Yeah, you do. Here they come.
Crowd's going to love it.
Coach O historically has been aggressive. Late in games as a head coach at USC. 4th downs. Big Stanford game that you called, I think, back in the day.
I did. Did a couple of his games when he was the interim coach. I thought at the time, Jesse, that USC might keep him. He did such a good job out there, but they decided to move in a different direction, and that brought Coach O back to the South. Geis, I mean, he is a violent runner. So hard for the first guy to bring him down, and
And Terry Beckner Jr. from Missouri blows this entire play up from the get-go. Incredible quickness, the defensive tackle position. Watch 79's right here. He's just going to fly inside and use a little bit of a swim move. And they're really happy to get him back. He had an ACL injury late last year, and to start of this year, he just wasn't quite 100%. Didn't look like he had total confidence in that knee. But these last couple games, he's looking like last year's version, the disruptor. Reason this guy was the #2 overall prospect coming out of high school last year. That was a huge get for this Missouri coaching staff. It's a big play there on 4th down.
Now, can Mizzou come away with a first down? Stopped him on 4th. Ish Witter will swing it to the left. Daylight, good run on first down. He's got another first down close to the 40. Those seem to give that coaching staff over there on that far side. When they stopped him on 4th down, you could see a great deal of enthusiasm over there. They're ready to go again in this up-tempo offense. And here's Witter. Now there's a hole to the right. And coming up hard is Ricky Jefferson, number 9, one of the safeties. Time running out of the first quarter. LSU dominating it. First quarter's in the book, but some enthusiasm on the Missouri sideline. The debut of a new sheriff. Coach O leads it after the first quarter by 7.
Being a leader on and off the field, it's just something that has been ingrained in me. I've had great examples within my family and friends giving back to the community in some type of way. I co-founded an organizational campus called Revamp. It's revitalizing and empowering Vanderbilt's African-American male population. And our goal is to form one black community where we can come together as a safe space and cope with different things that are going on with society while empowering us. We felt that we needed to be stronger together than we were separate, creating that sense of community that's important.
Well, thanks so much for being here today. And it's
Coach looks great today.
Friendly faces out there.
Looks like Coach is having a tough time making the right style call, so he's bringing in an expert.
No.
Built for comfort.
After a series of questionable calls, what are the chances he can pull out a W?
He's got a great sense of style.
You got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda. EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. Can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. He's been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
Every game day begins somewhere. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
Welcome to Moe's!
Bold Southwestern flavor. Handcrafted, chef-inspired. Made just for you. Our new Southwestern smothered burritos. In 3, 2, 1, boom. You've hit the smother load.
A new Sunday NFL Countdown.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Norinoka in studio. Let's update Alabama, Kentucky. This literally seconds ago, guys. Kentucky with a football. Steven Johnson tried to run stripped. picked up by Ronnie Harrison. Harrison goes the distance. It just happened. The score hasn't even updated, guys. 16-3 pending the extra point.
All right, Dari, it's 17-7, Mississippi over Memphis, over in Oxford, as Drew Lock completes this to Chris Black. Remember, he dropped one earlier, and they're moving for first downs for the first time tonight, and they have barged into LSU territory. Crockett is the running back alongside Lock. Gonna look to throw back. Had a man wide open and threw it. Interception. White run back. He missed a wide open target that would have been a touchdown. Oh my.
That's a bad miss by Drew Lock. I think he was trying to hit his tight end, Sean Culkin, who's kind of running a delay wheel right over here. There's a little bit of pressure from Arden Key, so he kind of backs up. He never stepped into the throw, and that was just like a punt. And I don't know if he was trying to throw that to Eric Laurent or his tight end, but a costly turnover after what started off as looked to be a promising drive for the Tigers.
Oh, had he just checked it down to Culkin, it was nothing but wide open real estate for number 80. First down and 10, and so taking over after the turnover, Danny Etling. Josh Heupel obviously not happy with that turn of events. Come back with the running plays. Williams, he bursts for 14 yards and a first down.
One thing you'll say about Drew Lock, watching him on film, he does have that gunslinger mentality in him right now as a young true sophomore. He knows he has a big arm. He believes that he can make every throw, but there have been times this year he's gotten in trouble trying to force the ball into double coverage, not use good fundamentals, throw off his back foot. Just saw that happen right there. He's got to make better decisions.
Snaps off to Dupree, who can't hang on. Second down and 10 for Etling.
We've seen early in this game so far offensively, not a lot looks a whole different from LSU, but more quick passes, trying to get the ball in the hands of the receivers earlier.
Toss play, and that's Williams. And he's brought down shy of 30.
This LSU offensive line, we talked about them having their hands full with this pass rush and the athleticism up front for Missouri last week in their loss against Auburn. They struggled at times. Critical down and distances, pass protecting and trying to give Danny Etling time. They've got to do a great job tonight communicating, make sure the slides and the double teams are working the right way. These are the downs Missouri is going to pin the ears back. The most dangerous guy is right over here.
Ole Miss scores again in that revenge game against Memphis. Here it's 3rd and 5, LSU. There's Dupree. Trying to get the ball into his hands more. He has not scored a touchdown this season, if you can believe it. We have an injured Tiger player down on the field. So he's back at the 24-yard line.
Good route.
Timeout while he's being tended to.
Boy, Malachi Dupree here, he kind of had double coverage and both defenders were sort of to the inside of him. Kind of broke away to the outside. Danny Etling able to put the football on him.
So we'll take a break as the medical staff is still out on the field. LSU leads Missouri 7-0.
Hey, America. Meet Jimmy. He just got his license, and look at him. He's already restoring this beast himself. He gets help from AutoZone and specialized tools from our free Loan-A-Tool program. Can't wait to see what this kid fixes up next. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America. Nice.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Friday night, buddy, you are gonna need a wingman. And my cash back keeps the party going.
But my airline miles take it worldwide.
It shouldn't be this hard. With creditcards.com, it's easy to search hundreds of cards and apply online. Creditcards.com.
You had a long, stressful day, and now you need a little help falling asleep. Time for Unisom Sleep Minis. The little capsules work fast, so you get a good night's sleep and wake recharged. Unisom Sleep Minis. A stressful day deserves a restful night.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check. Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
Okay, let's try.
Silence. It's good to be in good hands.
Ford F-Series keeps the good times rolling in the brand more people buy than buy again. Ford F-150 has the highest safety rating any truck can get. And as the best-selling truck for 39 straight years, F-Series has turned toughness into a tradition. Get 0 for 72, plus current Ford owners get $1,000 owner loyalty cash on a 2016 F-150. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
Bay Patel, candidate for the United States Senate in Louisiana. My father came here in 1970. We settled in a small town because my father and mother found a small business that we owned and operated.
We have to have elected officials that believe in the brightness and the greatness of our state. I've been an outsider all my life. I'm running for office because I want to fight for those who feel left out and left behind. I'm a Bay Patel, and I approve this message.
So his guard, William Clapp, and Kaylee tells us that it was a re-injury of a shoulder, but expected to return. Meanwhile, his backup, Garrett Brumfield, from right here in Baton Rouge University High School, number 78, will come out at that spot. Brumfield is a sophomore, as is Clapp. First down and 10 for Etling. Geis returns as the running back. He's rushed for 82 yards here in the first half. Play action's a beauty. Gonna go deep. Gonna loosen him up. Incomplete. But what that does is Gage was the target. It informs that secondary that we're not afraid to go long, and that's something that Coach O promised us he would show.
And that's a good thought by the offensive coordinator, Steve Ensminger, because Missouri's loading the box. They've got a lot of people up here close to the line of scrimmage, dedicated to stopping the run, and it's a good play fake by Etling. Got Gage down here at the bottom of the screen running the post. Looked like he had a step. If the ball was put out a little bit more to the right, he would have had a chance to run under that. But how about this for the offense already? Explosive plays in the passing game. Just lacking in this LSU offense.
Thrown for 66 yards. They've been averaging only a $150, and there's another completion for a first down. That's Chark. Chark was the young man who caught that pass, but time had run out before the ball was snapped. 1 second left in Auburn.
LSU has a lot of good-looking receivers. They've got tall guys like Chark, who's 6'3" with long arms. Those are big targets over the middle of the field, easy guys to see if you're Danny Etling, who's only listed at 6 feet tall.
He's 8 of 14. Etling from Terre Haute, Indiana. Transfer from Purdue. First down and 10. In trouble, but finds an open man. That was a beautiful look back to Doral, and it's a first down. Good vision that time by Etling.
Well, and his receiver, I think, fell down. I think Traven Doral, you're going to see him at the top, number 83, kind of curl. Oh, he didn't fall down. I don't know why Etling didn't get rid of that football earlier than he needed to. Could have done a little bit better playing on time, but nice job after the catch by Doral.
So Harold with the pressure. It's first down and 10. They've crossed the 35-yard line. Here's Geis. Not much doing that time. The Mizzou front. Newsome, the linebacker, stepped into that hole.
And I just think from the big picture standpoint, Danny Etling has really brought stability to the quarterback position at LSU and really to this offense as well. Watching him this year, I've been impressed with his decision making. You don't really see him force the football into double, triple coverage. He's able to avoid sacks, keeps the offense on rhythm. I think they've looked a lot better in the 3 games he's played versus what they did week 1 against Wisconsin.
Mouton the fullback. They got the play action to Geis, gives him time, throws in underneath, but well short of the first down. Doral was the intended receiver, so it'll be third down.
And that's a good example of decision-making by Danny Etling right there. His first receiver, Mouton, in the flat, taken away. Second target, the tight end on the corner route, taken away. So you don't panic, you don't freak out, you don't try to force the ball anywhere. You just work through to your third progression. Receiver on the drive route sets up a third and manageable.
There you see the offensive coordinator. Very calm-looking booth. Third down and 4. Geis, first down, hurdles over the 20.
Got the backup left guard, Garrett Brumfield, in the game now. He did a really nice job pulling on that play. Good athleticism for a big 305-pound guard right here, right there. On the other side, a linebacker doesn't even want any part of that. That allows Geis to get up. See Geis almost hurdling over top of the safety that time, Anthony Sherrills.
First down and 10. Geis picked up a couple of yards before he's swallowed.
This is kind of an area of the field where LSU has struggled this year because of their lack of production in the passing game. When they've gotten in the red zone, we have not been able to generate touchdowns. 6 TDs on 13 drives. Windows are smaller in this area of the field. Precision passing is required. This is an area that they need to get better at offensively.
Williams, obviously a good pass blocker, and a fullback, both on the field right now for second down and 8. 2 wide receivers are off to the right on this formation.
Everybody at the line of scrimmage for Missouri.
Sent out a tight end, couldn't get him open. He's going to take off. First down, first and goal. A fine decision. Just been talking about his ability to manage, but he took a heavy hit down there. That was the Hinton, number 11. It was a 14-yard gain, but he got smacked.
Yeah, he's got to be careful and take care of himself and be aware. You want to think about sliding feet first. Quarterbacks sometimes see corners, DBs, and think they can take them on, but Danny Etling, you do a better job taking care of your own body. Great play by him to escape.
Brandon Harris, the backup, watching. Geis back in. He has the only touchdown in this game. Going to try for 2. Got it. Second effort. Twists away from a would-be tackler. Hojo's loving it. "13 plays, 89 yards, 6 minutes. 2 long scoring drives for this LSU offense tonight." Delahousse tacks on the extra point. And LSU out by 14 points as Geis twists in. Here's Coach O's reaction. Opening night.
When you need tires, you don't need a hassle. Trust the pros at Tire Pros. Get the right tires at the right price without being pushed into buying something you don't need. Take the hassle out of tire buying. Find your local dealer at TirePros.com.
At Holiday Inn Express, we've got the best breakfast to keep these young boys playing like the pros. Hey, go Pythons!
We're the Cobras.
That's the spirit. Hey, roar, huh?
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
E-Man.
What up, Peyton?
You know I have DirecTV NFL Sunday ticket. I get every game, every Sunday, all in HD.
Yeah, I know that.
So you want to come over? I'll make nachos.
I can't right now, man. I'm playing.
All right, pencil you in for Tuesday.
Get NFL Sunday ticket only on DirecTV and watch live football anywhere. Switch today and get a $100 reward card.
When you're in control of your finances, I just feel like you're in control of your future.
When we were getting ready to open the business, we shopped around a couple different banks. But when we went to Regions, they treated us the best.
The customer service is, amazing. Our Regions banker, Stacy, has great advice for the business and our personal finances.
You walk in, they treat you right. It makes you just want to keep going back. And we're ready to take our next step.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Well, celebrating his 12th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Net, Allstate makes a contribution to participate in the university's general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. Since 2005, Allstate has contributed millions in scholarship funds. 2 extra points here tonight for LSU. They lead it by 14. We are in the second quarter. Cameron Campbell kicks it away. And he'll take a knee and come out on the 25. That's Taylor and Kaylee. Danny Etling took a pretty big hit down there.
Took a big hit and showed his toughness once again to the team. He's looking fine on the sidelines with his teammates now. But last week, another case of it when he took a helmet to his uncovered face during the Auburn game, and he was back in that game a play later after athletic trainers put some medical glue to cuts on his face. Now, Jamal Adams, defensive back, said to see his quarterback in after one play, that made his eyes brighten up. This team is pulling for Etling because of the toughness he shows and how much they see him working off the field.
Speaking of toughness, Adams and that defense are ready against Ish Witter. They have held Missouri here in the first half to right around 40 yards of offense. Drew Lock is 4 of 9, but for only 17 yards throwing the ball. And try to put it up here. Drops it off, and this is his biggest passing gain of the night. Near the 45-yard line is running back Ish Witter before he's shoved out of bounds.
You know, that was an interesting play. It looked like Missouri was trying to set up a reverse. But then with the pass rush by LSU, it forced Locke to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and Witter, nice job on the screen.
First down and 10, comes back with the running back for a couple of yards, and met in the middle by Duke Riley. And we have an injured player. Another Tiger is down, one of their defensive players. That's Frank Herron from Memphis, defensive lineman. Well, Jeff, it's another wild. I guess I'm thinking specifically of the Tennessee-Georgia opening that Tennessee won on a Hail Mary as time was running out, and under the NCAA rules it didn't even kick the extra point, and so wound up a 3-point game.
Yeah, congratulations to Butch Jones and the Vols again. They're the cardiac kids so far this year. Remember last week against Florida, they're down big time at halftime. They were able to find their muster comeback in the second half. You just kind of wonder how much more mental juice they have, energy, because it's been a long season for the Vols already. That overtime game week 1 at Appalachian State that they weren't expecting, I think. Then a big one in Bristol against Virginia Tech. Then the last week against Florida. And they spent a lot of energy, but everything just kind of lining up for the Vols right now.
So there you see our scoreboard with Ole Miss up on Memphis at the half and Alabama leading Kentucky 17-3. And then we have this one working 14-0 LSU right now. Drew Lock on a 2nd and 7 deflected, incomplete. It'll be a 3rd down and 7, and that was Adams' terrific safety.
Yeah, I think
he played in the league for a while.
I think he's going to be a future leaguer too, Brent. I think he's a future first-round pick. He can kind of do it all from the safety spot. Play in the box, tackle, he can cover, he's aggressive, all the above.
They have really shut down this passing game. 3rd down and 7, trying to set the screen, and there is Beckwith, their leading tackler. He would have no part of it. Read the screen, he just simply slipped inside the blockers and ate it up.
Yeah, he's got tremendous instincts as a linebacker. It's really his 3rd year now playing his position. And you're right, Brian, at 250 pounds, he's big enough to kind of take on linemen. That time took on Paul Adams, the right tackle. He was really the only one there. If he doesn't make the stop, Missouri ball carrier Calkin, he might still be running.
So Fatoni to punt again. White standing back on the LSU 10-yard line. And they came after that punt, which is another thing told us they were going to do. But Fatoni was able to get it off and bury it inside the 10-yard. Terrific punt by the young man who's simply one of the best in the country.
This year, you and the family are making it to Galactic World without a hitch. Because when your check engine light came on, you went to AutoZone and checked it out for free. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
If you have a typical airline credit card, you only earn double miles when you buy stuff from that airline. Wait, is this where you typically shop? You should be getting double miles on every purchase. Switch to the Capital One Venture card. With Venture, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, everywhere, every day. Not just airline purchases. Seriously, double miles. Everywhere. What's in your wallet?
Allergy medicine not working? Try Nasacort for effective relief. It relieves the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion. It's non-addictive, scent and alcohol-free, and has no harsh taste. For 24-hour allergy relief, Nasacort.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments. The little wins. The long talks. And the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
I'm Nick. That's my brother Brett. We make Johnsonville sausage every day. 100% premium pork, no fillers.
That's right, no fillers. We're heading to SEC country to earn our fans one bite at a time.
So get fired up for game day made the Johnsonville way.
See us in Athens this Saturday at the SEC Nation Tailgate.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
SEC Saturday Night is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's a college football tradition.
That was the 1978 Liberty Bowl, and believe it or not, it's the only time that Missouri and LSU have played. Missouri won it 2015. Do you see that number 5? You see that fellow right there? Yes, sir. That is Steve Insminger. And right now he's upstairs. He was one of the quarterbacks that night. A few more gray hairs, but he's up there in that booth. He replaced Cam Cameron. And we should point out with Danny Etling that the reason why Danny Etling transferred down here is because of Cam Cameron. They went to the same high school in Terre Haute, and so that's the reason why Danny is here and starting. Steve is calling the plays from now on. Williams is the running back, and a strong ride as we check in down below with Kaylee.
Brent, you mentioned that Liberty Bowl that Ensminger played in. Well, the Liberty Bowl has a special place in Coach Orgeron's heart, too. In 1996, when he was an assistant at Syracuse, playing in that game, he was set up on a blind date in Memphis with a woman who is now his wife, Kelly. They were married 2 months after that blind date.
And Kelly is upstairs, I believe, in the coach's booth, which Jess is right next to me, and they had those shirts in there, Go Coach O and everything, prior to the start of the game. Here's 2nd down and 1 for Coach O's offense, up a couple of touchdowns. Great run by Williams to daylight, and they're gashing the middle of the Mizzou defense here.
Yeah, good news for LSU, too. They got Will Clapp, their starting left guard. He's back in the game and doing a nice job getting some movement right in here. Pushing up. There's that zone scheme again that LSU likes to run, and it opens up cutback windows for these running backs, and both Darius Geis and Darrell Williams have been good with their eyes, finding those lanes to run through.
First down and 10, and they bring the end around with Chark. Chark to daylight, hurdles, and out near midfield. So using some of the weapons that they have, Jesse pointed out earlier, good-looking athletes at wide receiver, and folks, they can bring it.
Yeah, and a lot of different ways to get your wide receivers the ball. It's not just throwing it to them, but handing off on reverses and jet sweeps. And you know, watching these guys, I think Chark's the fastest one they've got. Probably be a hurdler too. Nice job there, jumping over Colin Jeter on the ground.
Indeed, first down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Terrific line play. Etling going deep, but he underthrew it. That's going to be interference. How many times do we see that? If you underthrow a receiver and the DB is not looking at the football, and that was the linebacker Hall, he's going to get the flag every time.
And I like the play call by Ensminger again. Early down. Missouri's loading the box, expecting run. You go hard play action and take a shot.
Pass interference, number 24 defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
It's Terez Hall, backup linebacker that's trying to run step for step with the tight end. You're right, he never gets his head around to locate the football, and there's just too much contact and fighting. 15-yard penalty.
And they'll spot the ball at the Missouri 37-yard line. Geis back in as a running back. Moreau over there, lined up with tight end on the left side of this formation. 3 wide receivers for Etling. And he's going to put it up again. And got a man, but he did not hook up with him. Sort of a miscommunication that time. Durrell came in, and I believe Etling thought he was going to continue to ride the sideline. And did he take another hit?
Big one, Brent. Yeah, Spencer Williams, number 13, coming off the edge. Had a clean shot right at him, and Etling decided to kind of stay in there. And for me as a quarterback, those are always the worst, the ones that get you right in the front. Up top, they're trying to kind of running a stutter go, and you're right, Brent. I think Etling was expecting the receiver to be outside the numbers, not on the same page.
Second down. Big hole, Geis headed for the end zone. 3 touchdowns. Darius Geis. Leaves you wondering who's the Heisman Trophy candidate around here anyway. I think the only bad news and what coach is being told is that Clapp was re-injured on that play. One of the trainers was telling him that he was coming off in pain, and so he was receiving that piece of information. Meanwhile, De La Houssaye adds his 3rd extra point, and what a night for Darius Geis. 134 yards here in the first half. He's averaging over 11 yards a pop, and now he has rushed for 3 touchdowns.
It seems like every financial company talks about investing your way to wealth. But what about protecting what you're building right now? At Northwestern Mutual, we know the importance of doing both. We combine personalized investment solutions that help grow your wealth with world-class insurance that protects what matters most to you. This whole picture approach is just one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
There are many roads to the playoff, one for each team. They're all headed to the same place, but only 4 get in.
Next stop, Florida, on the SEC Network.
I'm your spokesperson. This is an important message for anyone who took the prescription drug Xarelto or Pradaxa and had a serious bleeding event. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered from a serious bleeding event, call the Pradaxa helpline.
Call 1-800-260-9238.
Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious internal bleeding, stroke, and death. You may be entitled to compensation. Call the Pradaxa helpline for a free consultation.
Call 1-800-260-9238.
The all-new Kia of Covington, located at 200 Holiday Square Boulevard in Covington, is a great place to buy a car on the North Shore for sure.
My salesman was great.
It was very easy, very smooth process.
This was the most fun we ever had. Really, as old as we are and as many cars as purchased, this was fun.
Come by our pre-grand opening sales event at I-12 and 190 to check out our low prices. And while you're here, register to win a 2016 Kia worth $20,000. For America's best warranty on North Shore, it's Kia of Covington for sure.
We'll see you in moments. Regions Bank halftime report. Dari, Chris, Booger, Tennessee. Just wow. Ole Miss getting revenge. What do you see so far from LSU?
LSU offensive line opened up some big running lanes, but excitement in Tiger Stadium. That's what I see.
The Zoo offense has done
nothing.
Very little. See you at halftime.
Yeah, Booger's been here when there's excitement, and there certainly is that buzz back in the air here tonight. 21-0. Kickoff is fielded by Johnson, and Johnson is lit up.
And good run defense, Brent, going back to the touchdown. You can't hesitate. And the ball's going to come right here, but I want you to watch the safety, Anthony Sherrills, and he just takes his eyes off the ball carrier for a split second. It looked like he was focused on the block coming from J.D. Moore instead of filling his gap, and that split-second hesitation was all Darius Geis needed to take it to the house.
18 first downs for LSU to 3 for Missouri. So Drew Lock, we'll see what he can do. 4.5 minutes remaining. Zanders checks in. And how do you do, young Marvin Zanders, redshirt sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida.
Kendall Beckwith, again, a 250-pound linebacker who can run. Got to be careful. Oof. So they're going to give Zanders a look on this series. And he's out to the 24-yard line. Thomas making the stop. Give us a little read on Marvin Zanders, Jez. Well, he's the more athletic of the two quarterbacks and one they like to run.
That time they checked Locke back in for the pass and a quick first down pass, so they get it off in time.
Well, I think Josh Heupel, the offensive coordinator, is just trying to find an advantage. It's tough sledding, throwing the ball right now, so you try to gain the extra blocker running your quarterback.
Ball fake, complete. No, incomplete. There's Adams again, and what a dandy he is. Good play.
Go back there and kind of saw the substitution of Xander then coming off the field and Locke running right back out there again, trying to get a new setup on the field to get that pass off on that last down.
2nd down and 10. Here comes pressure. Incomplete block, the intended target, and Thomas was the DB.
Yeah, Dwayne Thomas did a great job of reading the eyes of Drew Lock and anticipating another quick throw. Now setting up the deadly 3rd and long scenario. Looks like they've got 2 blockers up top here to worry about Arden Key.
Firing, and intercepted at the 47-yard line by Battle. John Battle had a real good look at that and just couldn't quite hang on.
Talked about the gunslinger mentality that Drew Lock has. It's really difficult, no matter how strong your arm is, to fit in a wide field throw in double coverage. He threw 2 interceptions on this play against Georgia a couple weeks ago, and that probably should have been a pick 6 for John Battle.
So Missouri forced to punt. White is back deep. Fair catch is the signal at the 14-yard line. And let's check in down below on Mr. Geis with Kaylee.
Darius Geis not playing like a backup, Brent, because nobody on this team thinks of Geis as a backup. He's only a sophomore, but he's established himself as a leader for this team. He has a personality that guys follow. He's the first one in, one of them, in the building every day, and they say he just never leaves.
Give him a lot of credit too, Kaylee, because it's not easy to sign at a school when you have a guy like Leonard Fournette. You know you're probably not going to get a lot of carries early in your career. A lot of confidence in himself. He's worked hard. It's paying off.
Williams, the running back here as we start this series. 3:20 to go and up 3 touchdowns. And he's to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up here. You know, you looked at Leonard Fournette, an injured ankle keeping him out here tonight. He has a redshirt freshman brother on this team, Leonard Fournette. He's number 27. They get a little peek at him in the second half. We shall see. Right now, the backup, Darrell Williams. He's from Louisiana, an awful lot of talent in the state of Louisiana, and nobody a better recruiter through the years than Coach O. He was the head coach at Ole Miss for a couple of years. That didn't work out. He was also on a terrific staff down at Miami, the defensive line coach, where I first met him. And here comes Williams, first down, sideline.
Missouri's defense is trying to overpopulate the line of scrimmage and take the running back away like they did against Georgia when they shut down Nick Chubb, but putting more bodies isn't working right now. Look at all these guys across the board. LSU just running off to the right, offensive line getting movement, opening up holes and creases for Geis and Williams. That is demoralizing for a defense when you can run into a loaded box like that and still have the success the Tigers have had.
Now, the one thing Coach O did was shorten the practice time. A quick turnaround this week when he became the interim head coach. So they ran up-tempo but shorter practices. And he comes with a lot of enthusiasm. Here's his quarterback trying to, he has to throw it away because he couldn't stay out of trouble, couldn't find an open man. And let's check in down below with Kaylee.
Well, guys, coming up at halftime, you can watch the Golden Band from Tigerland on the SEC Alternate, SEC Plus. You can start streaming now on the Watch ESPN app.
That's great, Kaylee. Your grandmother said I should throw it to you in front of that band tonight when we met her last night.
We did. We got to meet Kaylee's family, who, of course, live here in Baton Rouge. What a spread. Gorgeous home.
Yes.
Great food. Unbelievable hospitality.
And their stepfather's some cook, too.
Yeah, what a night we had.
Wasn't over there managing his Sonics. He was cooking. And I mean drive-ins. He was cooking for us. Geis is stopped after a short game. But we had a great time. It was very nice to the family. 3rd down and 8 now coming up.
Really, I think Danny Etling's had a lot of success tonight, throwing over the middle of the field. That's kind of where number 15, Malachi Dupree, that's where he lives, and 82, DJ Chark. These guys that kind of work those soft spots in the zones.
Etling will take off. And he was going out of bounds over there, and that was Sherrills, the safety.
But again, Brent, he's got to start sliding. That's the 2nd time we've seen him.
So running out of bounds just doesn't do it for you. You've got to slide.
Yeah,
right?
Either get out, or I mean, if you're going for the first, get down early or get out of bounds quickly, because those are shots he just doesn't have to take. And again, we heard Kaylee talk earlier. The team appreciates his toughness, but you don't need unnecessary collisions.
Chris Black is back deep this time on the punt here with just a little over a minute, and Mizzou closed in that time, and they're on into the end zone. Touchback on that punt by Josh Groudon, one of the Australian kickers. And through the years, we found a lot of Australian kickers, and he's from Sydney. And now let's see what they'll come up with. Drew Lock, final minute. Mizzou would certainly just like to get something going on that scoreboard.
Yeah, I believe so, Brent. I think it's in their nature, their personality to try and throw a lot here. Again, it's an up-tempo offense. They have explosive playmakers. He struggled tonight, certainly, but remember, they received the ball to start the game. They would love to be able to put some points up on the board heading into halftime here and try to generate a little bit of momentum. As you see their offensive coordinator, Josh Heupel.
Ish Witter will be the running back. Locke is only 7 of 16 for 48 yards. 17th pass, and it is incomplete. 7 of 17 now for less than 50 yards. And this is a big boy defense down here in Baton Rouge.
Just no wide open receivers to go to for Drew Lock. Every throw is contested.
2nd down and 10. Now it's 3rd down coming up. Neal. The youngsters are playing with a lot of enthusiasm. You could see it in practice Thursday. They were fired up. But I want to point out that they were also very fond of Coach Miles. And I'm sure it hurt a lot of them when they got the news. But Coach O brought that enthusiastic approach that he has and changed the mood this week. And here they are playing like a house on fire tonight, especially defensively, Jess.
No doubt about that. This is about as good as they've looked all year, all 3 facets of the game.
Dropped it off beautifully to Culkin. He finally got connected with number 80.
Well, they ran this play a couple series ago. Remember, Beckwith made the play, made the tackle, beat the lineman. It's a good job by Josh Heupel going back to it, trusting his right tackle, Paul Adams, to make the block, and he did. I guarantee this, with 6 seconds to go, I guarantee Drew Lock has the arm strength to reach the end zone on a Hail Mary chance.
Timeout, Missouri. Please reset the game clock to 10 seconds.
If you haven't seen it,
this is a 30-second
wait
timeout.
until you see the end of the Georgia-Tennessee game. Amazing. It looked at one point like Tennessee had won it on a fumble in the end zone. Oh, the Dogs come back. They score. They've got a freshman tight end who's going to be a dandy. And then the Hail Mary. Oh, you have to see it. The boys will have it all those plays at halftime. We take a look at this week's SEC standings, brought to you by Hardee's. Tennessee now at 2-0 and the only undefeated team over in the East. Texas A&M, though, wins again, and now they're 3-0. Bama ahead of Kentucky in that game.
Yeah, Tennessee's going to play Texas A&M next week. So, they've had some tough games back-to-back. They got to dial up, turn the page, get ready for another tough one.
Locke is surrounded and sacked back at the inside the 35-yard line.
Second charge timeout, Missouri. 30-second timeout.
And a nice job by LSU here, just completely collapsing the pocket. All 4 players on the rush pushed their respective blocker backwards right into Drew Lock's lap. He had absolutely nowhere to go on this. Defensive coordinator Dave Aranda's guys playing outstandingly well. Just watch this. I mean, where do you go here? If you're Drew Lock, you get a fake. You got 2 guys over there blocking Arden Key, can't get it done. You've got Godshaw diving at you.
You mentioned Dave Aranda, and I think it bears repeating that even though LSU lost to Auburn last week, they didn't give up a touchdown in that game.
No, they've been
it was all field goals.
Brent, Brent, they've given up 4 touchdowns all season. It's the fewest in the SEC. Dave Aranda, one of the brightest young defensive minds in the game, had success at Utah State, had success at Wisconsin. That was a great hire, I thought, by Les Miles, bringing him here to LSU.
2nd down and 18. He throws that little screen to the outside receiver, and close to the first down is Jamon Moore, and Jamon Moore finally catches the ball, and there's some trash talking going on now. There's some trash talking. Hey, boys, come on, back away and forget about this.
Yeah, it was Jamon Moore.
Now we got
Tre'Davious
penalty
White.
flags
Yeah.
flying all over, and don't need this, boys. Come on. Get a grip. And those coaches out there.
It all started because it looked like to me like Jamon Moore took the football and kind of pushed it in Tre'Davious White's face. Frustration being down 21-0, and Jamon Moore, that was really his first catch. Watch this. Kind of takes the ball, kind of points at him, and that's how it got started. Jamal Adams in the middle
trying to be the
trying to set it up.
peacemaker.
Yeah.
He's trying to settle it down, get him out of there.
It happened right in front of the Missouri bench, and then a bunch of their players jumped on. All under control now, though.
Now the officials are still conferring. Remember, penalty flags were flying as time was running out. Here's the announcement.
After the play, offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct on LSU and Missouri. The foul's offset. Halftime.
Well done as we check in quickly with Kaylee.
Coach, your reaction to what just happened?
Well, it's senseless. We don't need that. We need to play football between the whistles, be aggressive. We don't need any fighting. I'm going to talk to them about halftime. When we played a good half, and play 60 minutes of football.
We saw your offense come out in a new formation out of the gate. How did they manage the changes you wanted to see?
I got to give credit to the offensive staff, the offensive players that worked very hard. We're doing some things well. We still need to improve. We got 60 minutes of football.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach O, his first game as the leader of the band here in Baton Rouge. And he's enjoying a 21-0 lead as we go to the studio. Dari Noka, Booger McFarland, and Chris Dory. Dari?
All right, Brett, thank you much. Regions Bank halftime report is underway. Dari Noka, Chris Doring, Booger McFarland. Really remarkable how much more relaxed Boog is as we have an LSU game in front of us here. They have held, I know we talk all about the offense and they're throwing the ball more. They've held the best offense statistically in the league to 110 yards. What impresses you most about your alma mater?
Well, just the way they came out and just the intensity. We knew they were going to come out with their hair on fire. But think about this. From an offensive standpoint, the most first downs in the first half since Nick Saban was at LSU. The defense is speaking for itself. They're flying around. They're more aggressive. Coach O is taking chances, going for it on fourth down. It's just a lot of energy in Tiger Stadium tonight. You can feel it here in Charlotte where we are, Chris.
Yeah, and you talked about first downs for LSU. The first downs for Missouri, even more shocking, only 5 in the first half. This is the #1 rated offense in the SEC when it comes to total yards, passing yards, and they're not getting into any bit of a rhythm because that LSU defense is smothering them. And, you know, this is one team, they like to go up-tempo. If they don't get first down, they can't get into that up-tempo offense. So right now, really struggling to get anything going on that side of the ball.
This is a different Missouri offense than we've seen, and we know that we can credit LSU for what they're doing at home. So it's all Tigers right now, all the home team Tigers. Meanwhile, the game of the day, nationwide, quite frankly, Tennessee, Georgia, fourth quarter. Let's just start there. Vols down 10. Josh Dobbs, Alvin Kamara stays in bounds, sheds a tackler, scores. They're down 3. This team has not won in Athens in 10 years. They've won 10 straight overall. Just over 3 to go. 24-21. Derek Barnett hits Jacob Eason in the end zone. Ball comes loose. Tennessee recovers. Touchdown. They take the lead.
Important to note, the reason they were down there, Butch Jones made a decision not to go for it, pinned him deep. Defense made a play for him.
19 seconds left. Eason throws. In stride, he hits Riley Ridley. Georgia, no way they can lose, right? Even these guys know it. But there's an unsportsmanlike conduct on the celebration. 5-yard penalty on offsides on the kick. Tennessee gets great field position, and then it's the Hail Mary, and it's complete. Jawan Jennings.
This time the jump even hung in the air. How about the ability to go up and get it at the highest point?
34-31. Well, coaches always tell you on a Hail Mary, what do you do?
Knock it down.
Knock it down.
You got to have guys in front of the ball, too.
Knock it down.
Why, I counted 5. I thought initially 4. 5 red jerseys behind Jawan Jennings. What good are they doing?
Nothing. Everybody's trying to catch the football to get an interception. Coaches tell you over and over, knock the football down. The ball hits the ground, game over, we win. But people are trying to get their stats and get the interception, and that's what happened. But you got to give Tennessee a lot of credit. Joshua Dobbs, great throw where his guys can make a play, and he kept it in bounds because you know guys will throw it out of bounds on the Hail Mary.
On offense, we work on this every single Saturday in the NFL, Fridays in college, where you have one guy that's the jumper, one guy behind, one guy in front. Georgia's people were all behind as if they had no awareness of what that setup's supposed to look like. You really have to get guys distributed evenly in the end zone there. They just were out of position, and Jawan Jennings made a great play.
They're 5-0, Tennessee, for the first time since '98. Anybody remember what happened with them that year? They weren't crying. Boog, you don't need the tissue on the desk for Tennessee there.
I know it.
All right. What have we learned about Tennessee through 5 games? Now they go to A&M next week, but what's the biggest thing that we've taken away?
They never panic.
Really?
Despite being down in most every first half they play, despite not playing their best football, they still find a way to keep battling and make plays when they have to have them at the end of the game. I give them a lot of credit. You know, I've talked about, I haven't been a believer, but I'm starting to really believe that despite some of the chinks in the armor, that they're really, really good football team.
Well, besides that rabbit foot that they're carrying, I think you have to agree that they are a finishing team this year. Last year, they were a team that started and couldn't finish. This year, they're finishing every ball game. Even though it may be wild innings, they're playing in the second half. And more importantly, Barnett and the defensive line, the last 2 games, Vereen, Barnett, they've dominated the game in the second half, those two defensive ends.
Off air, you said when it was 17-zip, they've got Georgia right where they want them, and you're right. Last 2 seasons, when they've trailed by at least 14 in a game, Tennessee's 4-0.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. All right. A&M next in College Station, still ahead. Plenty more on the day in the SEC. And Darius Geis, who has him for a Saturday star?
Might be.
I thought it was Spears. Right? No Spears?
No.
He hasn't been fantasy.
This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Tea time, 6:30 a.m. I'll see you then.
It appears Coach Bielema might be about to switch things up because he lost big to the quarterback club ladies last week. Looks like the coach is making some much-needed adjustments to his gear.
Last week was no good.
Hopefully Belk can help fix his slice as well.
I am a woo pig golfing machine.
The slow-mo strut to the car, always a good look.
People say I'm scary. Whoa! I say scary is finding out your cable bill just doubled to over $100 a month.
Say goodbye to the way TV used to be. Introducing Sling TV. Instantly stream over 25 channels, including the most popular live sports and shows, for just $20 a month.
Stop paying too much for TV.
Take back TV and save. Go to slingtv.com and watch now for 7 days free.
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
You like football? Yeah. It's DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. I can watch every Sunday Ticket game live on any device.
I'm retired. I just sit here watching nothing. If I were you, I'd work as long as you can.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV and watch live football anywhere. Switch today and get a $100 reward card.
As your agent, I want to welcome you, Todd. You hungry? Todd's hungry. You like burgers?
I like burgers.
Of course you do. This is a classic. Double meat and cheese, grilled onions, Thousand Island.
Can I tag you?
Absolutely. Thanks for the burger.
You know I get 10% of that. It's a joke. I get 20% of that. Woo! They're not allowed to shout with me.
Introducing the Hardee's Classic for just $2.49 at Hardee's.
Being a part of the Southeastern Conference, it means more than you might think. It means the heart of a home, the heart of campus, in the heart of town, in the heart of an entire state. It means A1 and A2. It means all together and all in the family. Whatever it is, here, it just means more.
Welcome back to the Regions Bank Halftime Report.
Memphis looking for a little revenge. Ole Miss, rather, looking for a little revenge. Remember, Memphis beat him in Memphis a year ago. Chad Kelly having a dominant season, but getting a little help from his friends like Jason Pellerin, the freshman in at quarterback.
That's a new package they're starting to use down by the goal line, allowing Pellerin to run the football.
Then it's Zedrick Woods. Pick six, 14-zip Rebs.
Pretty good catch for a defensive guy, Book.
Wow.
Must have been a former receiver.
Right.
Pellerin then again. Yeah, you talked about it. You're going to start seeing more of this?
Absolutely. That's what they do. Down by the goal line, short yardage situation.
Any help in running the football, right?
Yep.
27-14. Rebels leading Memphis right now. How about number 1 Alabama taking on Kentucky? Jalen Hurts, Saturday star of Chris Doran.
Be mine. That's not a great way to start, though.
Yeah, I think you lose points for that.
It's the second time this year that's happened to him. Ball slipped out of his hands.
First play of his career.
Yeah.
Ensuing possession, Steven Johnson fumbles. Ryan Anderson comes up with it. You good?
No, he just coughed it up.
Oh, okay, good. Led to a field
Jonathan
goal.
Allen when you need a scoop and score.
Yeah, he's not helping you. You know, yesterday I stood up there and I said, there's no way you're not finishing ahead of Booger.
And he's beating me.
And he's beating me. Rashawn Evans sacks Johnson. Ryan Harrison, the recovery.
Defensive guy.
17th non-offensive touchdown in the last 16 Alabama games.
His name will be in the paper.
Ridiculous. It will, and so will that stat.
Yes.
Nobody reads papers anymore, Booger. Texas A&M visiting South Carolina, and a multitude of missing players in this game, but Trevor Knight not one of them. They did not have Myles Garrett, Ricky Seals-Jones, Speedy Noel, starting right tackle Jermaine Illuminor. South Carolina did not have Deebo Samuel or Brian Edwards at receiver. Both teams mighty shorthanded, but I'm telling you that we have a star in Travion Williams. It's a big block from Josh Reynolds, scores. Aggies win it 24-13. The best running team in the league went for 216 on the ground Saturday. It's their first 3-0 conference start since 04 in the Big 12. It's been a while. Darius Geis, 3 touchdowns in the first half. First career multi-touchdown game. All LSU at home.
At Regions Bank, we're here to help you move your life forward. But managing money can be tough. That's why sometimes we bring in a little extra help.
It's only $1,500. Mm-hmm. I'll use it this time, I promise.
Sure.
$1,500 for a soon-to-be very expensive doorstop probably isn't the best investment.
Exactly.
Look, you don't need fancy equipment to get in shape. Check out my personal program at TeboFlex.com.
You should do whatever he's doing.
It's free. Check it out.
Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Hey, you got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda. EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. You can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. He's been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's here.
What took you so long? Jimmy John's. Freaky fresh, freaky fast.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Next stop, Florida, on the SEC Network.
At LSU, we're pretty competitive. We helped prove Einstein's theories about gravity. Nailed it. France designated our French program as a center of excellence. We've discovered 41 species of birdies. LSU, we're pretty competitive because we're here to win.
empty-handed. We're very welcoming here in Athens.
Thank you. They even got our numbers on the bag.
Good luck today.
This is one of the best crowds we've ever had. Get out of here, man! Look at me!
Some of the sights and sounds from SEC Nation this morning in Athens. Off to Gainesville next week as Florida hosts LSU. Speaking of Florida, how about going to Tennessee for a second straight week, this time Nashville to face Vandy, who they've beaten 12 straight times at home. Took until the second quarter for anybody to get on the board, and it was Jordan Scarlett doing it. Florida led at halftime 10-3. To the fourth, 13-6. Big fumble deep in Vandy territory. Commodores come up with it, but Kyle Shermer was out of the game, hurt earlier in the fourth. Wade Free back in, and he's got to lead the comeback. But his pass is tipped and picked by Nick Washington, and Florida hangs on to win.
Florida's defense bailing out the offense. A pathetic performance by the offensive line today.
Vandy's fifth straight 0-2 SEC start. Arkansas in Little Rock earlier in the day facing Alcorn State. They haven't lost to an FCS team in 24 years. Why start now? The freshman, everybody get to know the name. Debois Whaley. Brett Bielema loves him, and he should.
Yeah, didn't get touched there. I'd love to run behind that line on that play.
9 carries, 136 yards. Then Austin Allen, one of his 3 touchdowns for Team Booger in the Saturday Stars.
Gotta love it, young Allen growing up right before our eyes.
And then, we got defensive
touchdown.
That's exactly right. Henri Tolliver with the pick and the 6. Arkansas first 4-1 start in 5 seasons. By the way, they ran for 353. That's their most in 2 years. Easy win for them. Same with Auburn at home against Louisiana Monroe. Sean White gets your start. Obviously, a little play fake. And then watch him find Kyle Davis. No one within about half a mile.
Bunch of trickeration there.
That's true.
That's with your eyes.
Just play action.
Yeah. Louisiana Monroe, by the way, flagged for 6 men on the field on that play. And then White to Tony Stevens, 48 yards. White just 3 incompletions on the day. 2 touchdowns, and he ran for 1 as well. They've won their last 10 meetings with the Warhawks. All right, second half, LSU, Missouri. You're going to be LSU. I don't care where y'all went to school. Yeah. What do you want to see in the second half?
I want to see LSU finish. I want to see them keep the foot down on the pedal. We've seen them limp into wins here recently. They haven't scored a point in the fourth quarter of the entire season. So let's keep the offense going. Let's keep the defensive intensity up.
Missouri's got a man up. They're getting manhandled at the line of scrimmage. And I need to see Drew Lock get in some rhythm, speed the tempo up. He plays best when the tempo is high and the plays are in volume. I need to see him get in rhythm to see if this offense can move. And the receivers have to beat press coverage. Right now, the wide receivers are getting mauled by LSU.
That's right. Somebody challenged those LSU. Remember the Show Me LSU defensive backs?
I don't remember who that was.
Wasn't you. And it wasn't Chris. Hey, the 3 of us will be with you when the game is over. A full recap of the day in the SEC. 21-zip LSU.
This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
You give your all here and here. You're building a foundation that will lead to opportunities, that will open doors. Yet so many smart, talented student athletes leave college prepared to make money, but ill-prepared to manage it. That's why Regions Bank has provided more than 64,000 presentations in communities throughout the SEC to teach individuals good sense money management. Because understanding the value of a dollar is just as important as earning one.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
It's a new day in Columbia. And with our eyes open, our spirits awakened, we stand together, united and strong for our Mizzou.
we went to Hollywood to ask if America's favorites, burgers, tacos, and chili, could taste just as great made with turkey. Thousands stepped into the Genio tasting booth to find out. With just one bite, they knew. Now it's your turn to make the switch.
39 years in a row, Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
You're watching the Dr. Pepper Road to the Championship. The first touchdown of the Ed Ogeron era here in Baton Rouge. 3 touchdowns, Darius Geis. Yes, Darius Geis with 3 touchdowns. Danny Etling, the quarterback, and Coach O ecstatic. And moments ago, our Kaylee Hartung caught up with Barry Odom, the Missouri coach.
Well, Coach, a lot of contested throws for Drew Lock. How do you get your receivers open and generate offense?
Well, we got to do a great job on our route combinations coming out the second half to give them a chance. Thought we protected okay up front. We've got some things. Hopefully we can get some rub routes coming here in the second half to get a little space with them. They've done a great job defending, and then on the other side, we got to stop the run.
Darius, guys, all 3 of those touchdowns for the Tigers. What adjustments can you make to him?
Well, we've got to do a great job in position. When we're in position, make a tackle. We've got to get more guys to the ball. We're putting 8, 9 in the box. We've got to be able to stop it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Kaylee. 136 yards and 3 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, if you just joined us, can't play because of an ankle injury.
And because of Leonard Fournette, Darius Geis doesn't start, but you're finding out that he's still one of the better running backs in the SEC. Absolutely. Watching him run tonight, he's had tremendous success running in between the tackles, running outside. A really good combination, I think, of power and speed. He's got good vision, the ability to cut. He's a guy that it takes more than just one defender to get this guy down on the ground. Right now, Darius Geis over 10 yards a carry. You just heard Coach Odom. They're selling out, putting 8, 9 guys in the box, but to no avail. And the Tigers right now, LSU, they've already generated 263 yards rushing. Big part of that because of number 5.
So what an evening the young man, who's from right here, is having. LSU will handle the ball first, and look who's back to return the kickoff. Number 5. And Gummity said, I don't get a chance. Put that one in the seat.
Every time I touch the ball, something's good happening. Give me a shot.
So here comes Danny Etling and the offense. 18 first downs in that opening half for them.
So the first half they've had since 2004. How about that? And obviously, easier done when you're having success running the ball on the ground. But I think quarterback Danny Etling's done a good job, too, of just managing the offense, hasn't turned it over, been able to stay on schedule.
Garrett Brumfield will go at left guard. William Clapp taken into the training room, and it appears as though we will not see the starting left guard. So Brumfield is in. Etling go for the home run ball. Got a man open. Overthrew Chark.
With all of these loaded boxes Missouri's presenting, that's leaving one-on-one opportunities outside for Danny Etling to take advantage of, and they just haven't yet been able to do it. They did have a pass interference call there in the second quarter. But Danny Etling knows this. Those are the best looks you can throw deep into, and that's one he'd like to have back.
25-yard line. Second down and 10. Geis, patient. Daylight. Now to the 30-yard line. You know, Jess, one of the things that I want to say about this offense that's being run by Ensminger and Craig, and we have another injured player, LSU, down on the ground. There is the offensive coordinator.
I think it's Josh.
And he's not happy about the injury here because that's Boutte. Yeah. And Josh Boutte, he drew a start tonight at guard. So that would mean that both of their guards have been beaten up in this game. And I think you could, if you read his lips, Steve is very unhappy about this with the offensive line.
They got a lot of guys going down now. Boutte's right up here in the right guard. This is a running play kind of going to the left. It's that zone blocking scheme. He's climbing to get up onto a linebacker. And a lot of times on these plays, the damage comes from behind you. And that time, Darius Geis, the runner, just kind of crumpled into the back of his legs. And you got to remember, LSU did not start this game with their normal right tackle, Toby Weathersby. He's out of this game with an ankle injury. So got a lot more inexperienced linemen now having to come in still early here in the second half.
So Boutte will come to the sideline, and hopefully that's not going to keep him out of the game for a long time. And but I was just going to say, Jeff, that they haven't had any false starts with this offense. They've been able to get the plays in quickly and signaled in. It has been with a new offensive staff, and it's been a very, very smooth operation.
Yeah,
so
kind of
far.
a seamless transition, at least from an execution and play calling standpoint. I agree.
3rd down and 5. And Geis in the middle. Out to midfield.
Really nice design right here. Michael Shear, the middle linebacker, is covering Darius Geis, and Geis is going to run this way really quick, and the linebacker's going to run that way really quick, and then he's just going to stop and kind of pivot himself in behind. Watch, he starts going left, the linebacker chases him. The linebacker ends up getting caught in the wash with all those big white jerseys and O-linemen. Nice design and a good play call by Ensminger.
So they've had to run Campbell into that offensive line. And that's on that right side at that guard, there's a true freshman there, number 71. And quick throw out, Malachi Dupree on the right.
And there's kind of the new wrinkle here on offense, these quick passes, run pass options, trying to get the ball in the hands of what they believe is a very, very talented wide receiver group. Donovan Campbell, number 71, the new guard in the game.
It's like I said, Jess, true freshman. 2nd down and 4. Geis dances back to the right and got an edge. Gonna cut back. 25. What a brilliant night he is having here in Death Valley.
And he made a very good middle linebacker just miss. You don't see Michael Shear, the Missouri leading tackler, miss this quite often. He does a good job anticipating where the ball's going to be. Just can't bring him down. In fact, he barely got a hand on it.
161 yards for Geis, averaging over 10 yards a run. Williams going to give him a breather. He's rushed for 91 yards. They're going to have 2 100-yard backs. Play action off of Williams. Throws it. Got it. 1st down and goal with Jeter, the tight end.
Really nice double move here by Jeter at tight end. For a guy that's 6'7", 255 pounds, he starts making it look like it's going to be a deep cross. Running this way, puts his foot in the ground. Is able to come out of it. This was pretty good coverage on it, but a better throw by Etling, putting it out in front of the tight end.
And moving that pocket around. Williams now is lined up behind Moore, the fullback. Toss to Williams, right side. Wrestled down at about the 1-yard line by Beckner, Terry Beckner.
Missouri's going to climb back in this game. They have to be better at the point of attack up front. That time a good job by Beckner, but they need a total team defense and team unit effort to slow down these LSU backs.
Let's see if Williams can get one, apparently. Second down and goal. Geis with all three of the first half touchdowns. Moore leads the way. Great block by the fullback. Williams picks up LSU's fourth touchdown. Good ISO block by number 44, J.D. Moore.
They've got a lot of big guys on offense, Brent, including their fullbacks. J.D. Moore, 6'4", 241 pounds. He's just going to line up one-on-one against Joey Burkett. They're just imposing their will right now in the run game.
Della Jose, and a two-touchdown favorite, now leads it by 4. Coach O at the helm. All is good to go right now.
Get the new iPhone on us when you switch to AT&T and have DirecTV.
It takes hours of practice for a drumline to perfect its routine. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is just as precise, but only takes a few minutes, so you can get a custom mortgage solution without missing a beat. Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
Rocket! I'm my team's #1 fan. Yay, sports. I've never been #1 in anything until I put these babies on. Now, we're on a winning streak, and I have never taken them off. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going through the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Coach Smart has a difficult decision to make. Should he pick the wrong shade, this could prove disastrous.
I need a whole new set of red ties, but none of these are Georgia red. What do you think?
He's going to the mascot, which is a tried and true approach. It often yields positive results, but if he's not careful here, this could backfire.
Bingo.
And it's good. Crisis averted.
Being a part of the Southeastern Conference, it means more than you might think. It means the heart of a home, the heart of campus, in the heart of town, in the heart of an entire state. It means A1 and A2. It means all together and all in the family. Whatever it is, here, it just means more.
No number 7, no problem. Geis with 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. Williams with 96 and a touchdown. Doing the heavy lifting tonight with this LSU nicked up offensive line. Danny Etling at quarterback. It's premiere night for Coach O in Baton Rouge, and everything is coming of roses. Gamble kicks it away. From the 5-yard lines, Johnson short of the 20-yard line. And Kaylee, I'm assuming that Leonard Fournette's going to be ready for Florida next week, correct?
You would sure hope so, Brent, but I don't know how many folks are too worried about that right now with Darius Geis moving the way he is. Now, it was Leonard Fournette's left ankle that he injured during preseason camp. Again, injured that in the game against Wisconsin, but it was actually his right ankle that he hurt last week against Auburn. So now he is dealing with an injury to both. It's been interesting watching him on the sidelines. I'm witnessing a very different demeanor out of him than I did when he was held for the Jacksonville State game. He and Darius Geis close by all accounts.
And here on first down, a quick pitch to the outside, and Johnson with a first down gain down the Mizzou sideline.
Missouri's going to have to find a way to get all of this speed they've got in the perimeter of the field into some open space away from defenders at LSU. Every throw was contested in that first half. How can they get open?
And Ishwitter, they flip it to the outside, and a first down for Missouri. And Copeland, let's go back to Kaylee.
Now, while Leonard Fournette was held out for that Jacksonville State game, I witnessed him very engaged with Darius Geis and the running backs in between plays. Tonight, a much more subdued Fournette on the sidelines.
First down, Ishwitter, and this has the makings of perhaps Missouri's best drive of the game against this defense. Offensive line opening up some holes. They got a little something going here.
Well, they're going to an unbalanced line right now. They're getting an extra offensive lineman up top up here. They're trying to just put bigger guys, get weight to that side.
Ishwitter caught from behind by Arden Key. Key's that great speed rusher, leads the country in sacks. And coming from that backside.
So key for Missouri. If they could find a little bit of success running the ball, of course, that opens up play action shots for Drew Lock to take over the middle of the field. Just got to give themselves a little bit of balance here on offense.
So one of the wrinkles that the coach had, Odom, was clearly going to be that unbalanced line, eh, Jess?
Now they're going back to a more traditional look. On first down.
Little play action, Reed. That was blocked, the target, incomplete.
You can just see, again, the cover. Tre'Davious White is all over that. This is a guy, quick twitch. He can play outside. In this game, early this season, they've lined him up in the nickel and the slot.
They've held the star Moore to one catch for 16 yards. That came late in the first half and led to an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against both teams. And we are told by Steve Shaw, the head of officials back in Birmingham, that should any player receive a second penalty unsportsmanlike, they'd be done for this game. So it was against every player as Black is driven out of bounds by Jackson, the young corner.
You got to go for it now if you're Missouri. It's going to be 4th and short, down 28-0. You need this. And again, if they're not breaking the ball up, these LSU DBs, they're tackling the catch.
This defense wants a shutout. There is no question about it. Neal with that stop on 4th down. And I'm telling you, they want the shutout. There's no question they're motivated by it as they come off the field with the offense in possession of the ball again.
It was number 92, Lewis Neal, that makes this play. Nice job disengaging from a blocker, making a tackle in the backfield.
Here's the 4th down stop. LSU football when you come back.
At Holiday Inn Express, we've got the best breakfast to keep these young boys playing like the pros. Hey, go Python!
We're the Cobras.
That's the spirit. Hey, huh?
To achieve financial security, there are 2 halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
There's a lot of performance hidden in these tires. These tires are insanely good. Selected as a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. If this is what experts thought about Cooper tires, imagine what you'll have to say. They're impressive on all surfaces. Put Cooper tires on your car today.
No 2 allergy days feel the same. With Nasacort,
Even on your worst days, relief can be yours. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your nasal allergy symptoms, Nasacort stops more for effective relief. Nasacort, guaranteed, or your money back.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. Regions, every day is game day.
The first call that Coach O made was to his wife. The second call was to that man right there, and Kaylee is going to have the story right after this first play. It's a wonderful story. Pete Jenkins was retired, and Coach O dialed him up after he was named interim coach here at LSU. Now, Etling and the offense back on the field. Boutte, he seems there at guard, and that's nice to see that he's back on the field. Brosette is now, they bring the end around, and that's Durrell. So let's check in with Kaylee now on that wonderful story. Kaylee.
Well, Brent, many people in South Louisiana know Ed Ogeron as Bebe. It was a nickname originally his father's because he was the youngest of 13 children, and it was handed over to Ogeron through the years. But it was Pete Jenkins who told Ogeron, you can't be Bebe anymore. You need to be the head coach. Jenkins is his mentor. Jenkins is the man Ogeron told me he listens to for advice in all things in life. He needed him on his staff. Yeah, indeed, and it's certainly has paid off. You got to have a shoulder to lean on, and there's the backup back, Brosette in that instance. And by the way, he's not a bad defensive line coach either.
No, he's been on this staff a couple times. I'll tell you this, when you get to come back and coach the NFL talent that LSU has up front, that makes it a little bit easier to get out of that retirement home.
He says, come on, lads, let's get, he's thinking, come on, so see, you know, a shutout, that would be terrific for these kids. Build that confidence. First down and 10. Mizzou, of course, will have something to say about that. They've gone to. So we're going to see most of their running backs here tonight. That's a gain of about a yard on that play. Not much more with Ricky Hatley and Logan with the stop.
There's the talent that Les Miles and his staff were able to recruit at the running back position. Fournette, Geis, Williams, Brosette. These guys are good enough to start in a lot of programs around the country, and it speaks to the talent that you have here in state, the state of Louisiana. All the NFL talent. They produce the second most NFL players per capita in the country, only behind Alabama this past year.
I think there's more LSU players in the NFL than Alabama right now.
Yeah, there are.
Rosters, I think. If you can believe that. Second down and 9. So battling, but a little bit short of the first down is Ferguson. So now there's a penalty flag following the end of that play. Lee is over there defensively. We'll pick up this call, and I think he may have said personal foul here. The head linesman in talking to our referee.
Personal foul, targeting number 4 defense. Play is under further review.
So they'll take a look at this when he dove in. That's Brandon Lee over there on the far side. And
well, a ball carrier who's going to the ground, whose forward progress is stopped, is deemed as
he's gone. He's gone. That's not
defenseless.
even close.
But regardless of that, that's forcible contact made with the crown of the helmet.
Yeah, remember now they redefined the crown here today too. It comes a little bit further down. NCAA issuing that ruling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's gone. And that's what should happen in this particular. You've got to protect the players in this game. It is number one for the NFL and for college. For those people raising young children who are shying away from it because of hits like that. That's not the way we want it to be.
Well, and I think people do believe that it has curbed the behavior of a lot of players. You see it week in, week out. If this stands up, Brandon Lee's going to miss the first half of Florida.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 4 is disqualified.
Their next game, they got a bye week, then they go to Gainesville to take on the Gators, and Brandon Lee will not see any action in the first half of that contest.
So Mark Curls and the officiating staff down on the field doing a solid job here in this game. SEC conference game, Missouri from the east and LSU from the west. And this is the first time that Mizzou has visited Baton Rouge. They brought about 7,000 fans, we are told, who arrived in here. Some stayed down in New Orleans, of course, for a night or two, and then came up to the game. Very, very disappointed, obviously, in what's happening. Williams back on the field as the running back. Looking for 100 yards. And he inches ever and ever closer to it. He may have it on that run.
Yeah, I just think when Barry Odom...
Yes, he does. 101 yards for him and 161 for Geis. Jesse?
DeMonte Cross, their defensive coordinator, when they go back and review the film, they're going to be very disappointed in their tackling. There have been numerous occasions tonight that Missouri defenders have had an opportunity to make a play in or at or behind the line of scrimmage on these running backs and just have not been able to get it done.
2nd down and 5. Williams thrown for a loss by the defense that time.
And it's a new scheme that DeMonte Cross is trying to implement here on this defense, and it starts up front with the D linemen. He's not allowing guys just to pin their ears back and go for sacks like they've done in years past. This year it's more about gap control and maintaining that position and stopping the run first to set up 3rd and long situations like this to go get the quarterback. But it's still a learning process for DeMonte Cross right there and his defense up front.
It's interesting now how already Coach O, Danny Etling, they're starting to milk the clock with this lead. He's bringing that play clock down. We've got 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Etling has good time. End zone, incomplete. Doral was the intended target that time. Let me check that. That was Chark. Chark, and he was covered by Penton.
Yeah, that's good coverage by Penton. Remember, Penton was the guy that Georgia went after a couple weeks ago. He gave up that big 4th down play to Isaiah McKenzie. You see Arian Penton, cornerbacks generally have short-term memories, and he's played well tonight on the outside in coverage.
So Kobe De La Jose, he's 3 of 4 on the season. He's out here for a 47-yard attempt. That would be his long of the season. Off to the left a little bit, I believe. I was kind of pulling for him because you know who his favorite football player of all time is? A linebacker from down the bayou by the name of Bobby Boucher. Now that player, he could light it up, boys.
A new Sunday NFL Countdown.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN. In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Right now, you're watching this. So Dari, Booger, and Chris are watching that, him, and them. Which means later, you can tune into SEC Now and watch it all. SEC Now, tonight on the SEC ESPN Network.
Next stop, Florida, on the SEC Network.
Stop. Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now. I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
SEC Saturday Night is brought to you by Cooper Tire. Visit CooperTire.com or a Cooper Tire dealer today.
A new generation of Phil's Oyster Bar. The original location closed in 2007, a 50-year run for owner Gus Piazza. They closed due to his declining health, but 3 weeks ago, the new location reopened under the leadership of Gus's two sons, Anthony and Jordan.
Oh, I love those barbecued oysters. Going deep is Mizzou. Incomplete. I was going to say, Jeff, love coming to Baton Rouge. Barbecued oysters.
Well, those char-grilled oysters just change your life. Big oyster fan as it is. When you come down here, I've had them in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Thibodaux, Napoleonville. It's good all over.
Second down and 10. And they come back with Crockett on a running play. It'll be third down and short now for Mizzou, being shut out 28-0.
You know, a play ago, we saw Jamon Moore get by the defense for the first time. They're going to need more of that here in the second half.
Slips a tackle. Good looking run. Midfield. To the 40-yard line. Damaray Crockett, that freshman, he's got a future here with Mizzou.
And he made Arden Key miss in the backfield. That was incredible change of direction for a 5'11", 220-pound back.
Crockett stays in, number 16. Got time. Incomplete. It'll be second and 10 now from the 41-yard line.
The quick throws are not working for Missouri, and they're going to need more of that. They're going to need Drew Lock to be willing to hold on to the football and take shots down the field, and that means this offensive line is going to have to hold up.
Sideline leaping is Moore. And there's that trash talk. That's what touched off a little episode, and this time Moore's walking away.
Yeah, the SEC leading receiver has been held in check here tonight. Still only one catch in the game. That guy right there, Dante Jackson's done a really good job. Whoever's been lined up on number 6.
Crockett. And it'll be fourth down. You're down 4 touchdowns and around midfield. Let's see what Coach Odom decides to do. Got the terrific punter, obviously, but you're still down 4 scores late in the third.
Well, and LSU is eating up so much clock when they have the ball, and you can't stop them running it. So why wouldn't you go for it right here on fourth down?
But he's going to send Fatone in, and obviously Jeff's looking to try to seal him up inside the 20. And White is back deep. The defense was ready just in case they were fake get away. White says get away, get away, get away. Rolls to the end zone, out of bounds. Mercy. He can affect field position. Well, let's talk about Ed Orgeron and his colorful past. Met him at the University of Miami, defensive line coach, 89. Then, of course, he moved on. He was Syracuse. After that, he went out to USC, became the recruiting coordinator, became the head coach at Ole Miss. Then Tennessee, after that didn't work out, he was recruiting coordinator and went back and became the interim head coach. And they went 6-2, the Trojans did, under his leadership. And now here tonight, game 1, named the interim coach. Now, people have asked me, does he have a chance to become the head coach? I'm going to make it plain and simple. The answer is yes. He has a slim chance. But it includes must beat Alabama here in Death Valley, must win most of the games the rest of the way. But this has been an impressive debut so far. This is Geis back on the field, coming out from the end zone. Jess, your thoughts now on Coach O.
Yeah, Brent, I agree with you. And I think they still have a lot to play for. And their dreams and goals of winning an SEC championship are still out there. Now, the road is so tumultuous. You got to go on the road and play Florida, Ole Miss and Alabama coming here to Death Valley. Got to go play at Arkansas. You got to go play at Texas A&M. But, you know, this team continues to buy into the mojo, and the quarterback, Etling, continues to kind of settle in, and you see some more of these little tweaks in the passing game. The talent they've got on this team, Brent, who knows?
Final 3 minutes here of the third quarter. And here comes Geis. Jess, I want one more little note about Coach O. Grew up in Louisiana, and like all youngsters who play football, they truly do dream of coming to Baton Rouge and playing for LSU. He did. He came. That's right. And then he got homesick. He went back home, and how did his dad welcome him? Made him a ditch digger for a couple of weeks. Well, Bobby Hebert, his old buddy from Northwestern State, called and said, oh, they want you to come. They want you to come play down here, play for us down here. He said, really, I'll be there. I'll be there in a few hours, Bobby. I'll get out. Dropped that shovel and took off, man.
There he went, and so did his career.
Third down and 8, and his penalty flag didn't get off.
Before the snap, false start, number 63, offense. Half the distance to the goal, still third down.
So, Kaylee, what do you hear around town? The folks are behind Coach O, right? Because he's a Louisianan.
And Coach O says he feels the support here. Now, during the head coach's radio show on Wednesday, a live questioner said, for the first time in the history of LSU football, we have a coach that doesn't have an accent. I was trying to counter by saying, hey, this is the first place I've coached where they don't think I have an accent.
That's great. That's wonderful. He's just really a fun guy to be around, and he has been known through the years, folks, as one of the all-time best recruiters in the history of this game. Believe me, he works very hard. Incomplete and out of bounds, and Durrell was working the sideline at that time. So on trots the punting team for Coach O.
The thing I'll say about Coach O is he's got kind of that infectious personality and a great energy about him. I was watching him kind of walk into the stadium when he got off the bus, and you would have thought the mayor, the governor was here. People were cheering for him. He looked like a WWE wrestler. He had the kind of hands up, kissing babies. When he came out here on the field, had the student section cheering for him. A lot of people that are behind him and supporting him, to Kaylee's point.
So here's Black. Low punt is going to give Mizzou great field position, but he couldn't handle it. Free ball, scooped up. Down to the 21 is Donnie Alexander, the linebacker, but let's see if it was dead or did he touch it. If he didn't touch it, it's going to be down right there in Missouri football where Alexander picked it up. The officials are all standing back around midfield.
Close.
And
so close.
Let's take a look here from Skycam.
The ruling on the field is the kick was not touched by Missouri, recovered by LSU, and is illegal touching. Ball belongs to Missouri at that spot, first down.
Arguing against that is how this return man reacts.
Right.
I always look to him in a situation like this.
It's no different, Brent, when a quarterback's trying to throw the football and the arm's coming forward. And when you look at that, whether he still had it in the grasp, I actually think this may have touched his left finger.
Because watch it spin a little bit awkwardly as the ball comes over to the side, and then Black gets back up and starts in pursuit of it. But it's going to be Missouri football. Now they've stopped it.
Yeah.
Now instant replay up here.
LSU's calling a timeout.
That's up here is Rocky Good, the replay official, and he always drops by the booth, knowing him through the years. And I don't know if it's indisputable that he touched it.
I agree with you on that.
I just don't know.
And it has to be in order to get this thing overturned.
Yeah.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt, and I think that's going to be the challenge for the replay officials here looking at this again.
The ruling on the field of the ball not being touched by the kicking team, by the receiving team, is under further review. This is a booth-initiated challenge. Not challenge, booth-initiated review.
Well, everybody will catch their breath while, okay, don't forget there's still those instant replay officials looking at this back in Birmingham. Is the ball coming down? Was it just
It's
deflected just. That's all it has to do, just a little bit.
But you're looking at the flight of the ball and the path of it once it might hit the hand, and does it kind of divert and go off to the left very much? The ball was already so close to the ground. A lot of these angles are from so far away that it's hard to get a really clear and concise image of it. Now, you cannot advance a muff. So even if this were to get overturned, LSU would have possession near midfield. But Brent, I'm with you. I don't think there's enough evidence watching these to overturn that call.
Yeah. So that would give Missouri the ball right around midfield at their own 49-yard line here with still a minute and a half. 129 to be exact left.
Barry Odom's up there in the top left. He's telling the sideline official, hey, it's not even close. It's not even close. What are we looking at?
The guy over there working that sideline, he gets an earful before the night. Of course, they watch all those plays are. He's looking at the big board where the play is not. Of course. Come on, it was a foot. It was a foot away. It was not close.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down, Missouri.
Coach Odom's right.
LSU is not charged with a timeout.
So that defense, Neal, Gilmore, Godshaw, Heron, Valentine, Clark, Key, Beckwith, Riley, Bauer, White, Adams, Battle, Jefferson, Jackson, Tolliver. Now Mizzou, and there's a penalty flag. A little false start there on the line a little bit.
False start, number 71 offense. 5-yard penalty, first down still.
Pendleton, he said 71, and that's the left guard. And Odom and Mizzou would dearly love to get on the scoreboard here in this game. See what they can get going. Culkin is number 80 offensively, and they come back with the back. Crockett, powerful. I think he's got a pretty good evening. Jeff's this young man from Little Rock. Damarie Crockett looks like he's got an upside.
Well, no, he does, and they've had an injury at running back to Alex Ross, the Oklahoma transfer that was forced to miss the last 2 games. That gave Crockett an opportunity. He made the most of those opportunities. That's why he's getting more run tonight.
They throw off the fake, and that was White. And did he jump too early on him? And boy, it was close. But I'll tell you, he's a big timer.
He is. He's got those long arms and just tremendous instincts, ball skills. I'll tell you what, LSU's up 28-0. They're not backing their corners off.
This defense wants a shutout. There's no question. And they're in pursuit of Locke right now. On the run, throws it out of bounds.
You don't have success on 1st and 2nd down. Obviously, you become so much more predictable. This is a defense that starts with stopping the run, but in this scenario, look at everyone just drive their cleats into the grass and explode out of their stance.
Throws it out of Heron in hot pursuit. Number 97 that time. So now going back is going to be White. Fatoni sealed them up. Fair catch is called for at the 14-yard line. So we'll take a break. Coming to the final seconds of the 3rd quarter, LSU has been in command.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. The new season. Let's get it started. Let's go. We're all the way up. It's time. The new Sunday NFL Countdown.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Gotta have great focus in here today. Let's roll. Let's roll. It's football time.
SEC Inside.
It's where the game gets good. This is what we do every week in practice. Communicate.
Gets inside the game.
They came to see you. Give them what they want. Let's go.
SEC Inside gets inside LSU. Wednesday at 7 on the SEC Network.
Right now, you're watching this. So Dari, Booger, and Chris are watching that, him, and them. Which means later, you can tune into SEC Now and watch it all. SEC Now, tonight on the SEC ESPN Network.
46 seconds remaining. in the third quarter. And from around the league, Alabama pulling away from Kentucky. Ole Miss getting revenge for losing to Memphis a year ago. Auburn, big game of the day was Tennessee pulling it out on a Hail Mary as time ran out to beat Georgia. I can only imagine how low the Georgia players are on the coaching staff right now. They appeared to have it.
Yeah, they Riley Ridley, their outstanding true freshman receiver, the younger brother of Calvin at Alabama. He had a big bomb down the left sideline late in that game. Looked like Georgia had it in the bag.
Quick pitch to Chalk on the outside. He's short of the 20-yard line on first down, but a good gain.
You got to give a lot of credit to Tennessee and just their ability to fight through adversity. When things don't go well early in games, they've been so good in the second half. See if Tennessee can keep that going next week against an unbeaten Texas A&M team.
You and I are going to pick up Georgia at South Carolina next week. Looking forward. Of course, we'll visit with Kirby, and the fourth quarter belongs to us. That's Coach O. He's already.
I'm reading his lips. Don't read what he's saying. it's not necessarily PG, but he still has that player in him, boy. Man, he's fun to watch.
End of the third quarter.
The debut of Coach O. A big success so far.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
What if an insurance company wasn't only there when things went wrong? Because for every tornado, there's a twister. For every crash, an even bigger collision. And for every tailspin, well, tailspins. State Farm understands that getting the most out of life doesn't just mean being there when things go wrong. It's about being here in all of life's moments when things go perfectly right.
Free's great. Free refills, free blocks of cheese, and free battery tests. We offer free testing because we don't sell people parts they don't need. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
They're here. The latest game changers from Polaris. Ranger XP 1000, the most powerful Ranger ever. General 4, the off-road's most popular new crossover. And Ride Command, groundbreaking technology to connect you, your machine, and your friends like never before. See the best of 2017. Or grab a great deal on remaining 2016s. Get rebates up to $3,000 during the Polaris factory authorized clearance.
Hey, you got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda. EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. Can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. He's been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
When you need tires, you don't need a hassle. Trust the pros at Tire Pros. Get the right tires at the right price without being pushed into buying something you don't need. Take the hassle out of tire buying. Find your local dealer at TirePros.com.
Warning. Do not try this at home. These are trained professionals. Tree work is dangerous enough. At Ziegler Tree, we make a living out of making it safe. From everyday pruning to hazardous-free removal, we are your one-stop shop. There are a lot of tree workers out there, but at Ziegler Tree, with our training, safety, and professionalism, we are second to none. So call Ziegler Tree Pruning and Removal today for your free quote at 985-893-0991 or visit us at ZieglerTree.com.
I'm personal injury attorney Michael Hingle. This is what it could look like when a 70,000-pound truck runs in the rear of a 3,000-pound car.
Call personal injury attorney Michael Hingle at 1-800-USA-JURY. That's Michael Hingle at 1-800-USA-JURY.
When stuff happens, victims have two choices: take a quick check or be patient.
Call personal injury attorney Michael Hingle, 1-800-USA-JURY. Call now.
Before you accept a quick check, check with me.
Big night on the Bayou for the LSU Tigers. Up 28-0. Etling drops it off for a first down. Going to the fullback, J.D. Moore.
I've been impressed watching Etling just kind of operate within the framework of the offense tonight. Not a lot of huge plays thrown it deep downfield, but we talked to some of their players yesterday, and they talked to us about the confidence, the calmness, and the demeanor he has in the huddle. And having that makes everyone else in there more confident about the upcoming plays. And I think as an ultimate unit, talked about the stability he's brought to position with his decision making, but I think his overall demeanor, the experience he had at Purdue, has helped him out a lot as well.
Bringing the clock down and getting it all. Maybe they didn't get it off. Unlike the end of the Auburn game.
Snap infraction, number 77 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Yeah, Posick and Danny was trying to bring the clock down, and then Posick with a little flinch down in there.
Yeah, he kind of wiggled the ball.
Yeah, terrific center, number 77, young man out of Illinois. Huge hands. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Look at that hand. It swallows the ball. Look at it. See, that's
drags it.
That's an infraction right there.
But you know, he's so talented because he's a guy that not only can play center, he can play left tackle also. He's spent some time out there this year, and the NFL is going to love that about him.
Yeah,
versatility.
You betcha. Play action. Drops it off to the side, and that's Mouton, another one of the fullback fellas. He's from Lafayette.
Another one of the things they wanted to get involved in the pass game too is not just quick throws to the wide receivers, but getting the tight ends and the fullbacks more involved in the passing game as well. And Keith Mouton's a guy that's had an impact on this offense with those fullback dives in the running game. But he's a really good athlete at 265 pounds to catch the football on the flat. That play action look, I think you're going to see more of that here as the season progresses.
Second down and 12. Again, just cranking the seconds off. Play action. Got one-on-one deep.
Oh, wow.
Mercy. Little tug of war now. Pinton and Chark.
Wow.
Chark has got it, they say. Spectacular.
This is a fantastic play by Penton on the onset against a much bigger wide receiver, elevating and knocking this thing up in the air. I thought Penton was the first one to come down with it. See there, it's in his belly, but Chark just steals it and takes it away.
And Penton was guilty. There's 2 penalties could have been called. Number 1 over the back, but there was a face mask penalty when he's coming down with the ball.
That is a strange play.
First charge timeout, Missouri.
So Missouri burns a timeout. We'll, Jess, I want to take another look when we come back of Mr. Penton and Mr. Chark. Now watch over the back, not called. Now watch his hand. Left hand is all over the face mask. Come on.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
At Holiday Inn Express, we've got the best breakfast to keep these young boys playing like the pros. Hey, go Pythons!
We're the Cobras.
That's the spirit. Hey, roar, huh?
there's nothing like game day. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
Well, thanks so much for being here today. And it's
Coach looks great today.
Friendly faces out there.
Looks like Coach is having a tough time making the right style call, so he's bringing in an expert.
No.
Built for comfort.
After a series of questionable calls, what are the chances he can pull out a W?
He's got a great sense of style.
Welcome to Mo!
Bold Southwestern flavor. Handcrafted, chef-inspired. Made just for you. Our new Southwestern smothered burritos. In 3, 2, 1, boom. You've hit the smother load.
So it's DJ Chark of Alexandria, Louisiana. Simultaneous possession, they say, goes to the offense, Jess.
Yeah, well, there could have been pass interference call. There could have been a face mask call. Unfortunately, that's not reviewable. But at the end of the day, just a 6'3" guy just did a better job wrestling the ball away. Because I thought Penton initially had this ball in his gut right there. By the time the referees and officials got over, Chark had wrestled it off. LSU possession.
Williams will be the running back. 13 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And Etling moves down the play clock, and this is Williams, and Williams crosses the 25-yard line.
Continue to be impressed tonight watching LSU's offensive line and the movement they're getting, running between the tackles. They didn't have as much success running inside against Auburn, another very good D-line in their last game. But tonight, even with some injuries, some guys nicked up, not playing 100%, they've cleared some nice holes in the lanes for these backs.
Williams. First down, LSU.
It's important for LSU fans to realize, too, just because Les Miles and Cam Cameron are no longer here, I mean, this offense I don't think is going to change drastically. They do what they do. I mean, they're not going to look like Baylor, start throwing the ball 70 times a game. I think as the season goes on and Steve Ensminger gets more comfortable with the play calling, I think you're going to see little tweaks and adjustments. But ultimately, this is what LSU is built for. This is what they've recruited to. Ground and pound football.
First and 10. Williams, second down. Perkins makes the stop.
They're going to have a big challenge, obviously, in their next game playing Florida, who has an extremely physical front, deep and athletic. I think the big question I'm going to have for LSU moving forward still is if good defenses like Florida or Alabama slow the running game down or take it away, is this offense good enough to throw the ball to win? I think that's been a big question mark surrounding the offense probably since they won the national championship in 2007 with Matt Flynn.
Second and 8. Play action. In underneath. First down. Moreau.
Well, Danny Etling does a good job staying in the pocket, negotiating the throw, takes a shot from Newsome right in the gut. He's taking some big shots tonight. Some of them probably his fault for not sliding or getting out of bounds, but that toughness, it's been demonstrated, I think, throughout the course of the night.
Williams, short of the end zone. Second and goal.
I think they have been good at tonight is running the ball down in the red zone. We talked about coming into tonight. That's a big area where this offense has struggled. But tonight, they've just been imposing their will. When Missouri even knows they're going to be running the ball, they still cannot stop. They can load the box all they want. This O-line really has taken over tonight.
550 yards of offense for LSU. Williams on the toss, touchdown LSU. So LSU puts its first points of the season on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter, which is hard for some of us to believe.
There's Caleb Roddy over here. He's a true freshman tight end. Watch what he does to this DN. He just folds and bends him down on two knees. That was Jordan Harold, number 55. Impressive. A true freshman tight end.
So Williams now with 2 rushing touchdowns. Geis with the first 3. And between them, they're closing in on 300 yards. Both well over 100. Big night with Fournette watching with an ankle injury.
When I used to fail over and over trying to invent things, everyone said I was crazy. Then I invented this Mamma Jamma. Just like this morning when I wanted chicken for breakfast. Everyone said I was crazy again. Then I got the new egg white grill from Chick-fil-A. Let's review. Crazy? Not crazy. Crazy? Not crazy.
Chicken for breakfast. It's not as crazy as you'd think. Try the new egg white grill from Chick-fil-A.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
With unlimited calling just to say so. Spectrum Voice with 0 fees at $19.99. Sign me up, please call 1-844-264-1999.
SEC Saturday Night is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Safe, sound, secure for 100 years. Find your local independent agent at AutoOwners.com.
The walk down Victory Hill, a game day tradition for the Tigers in Baton Rouge. Coach O's first walk as the head coach. And this week, he invited all former LSU players to join the team in that walk. 120 former players led them out. And you know O was going to lead the team out with some energy. And he's brought it all game long.
He certainly has that. As LSU kicks it away, fielded on the one by Johnson. Johnson down the 19-yard line. Well, our Zaxby's tailgate of the week. And here is the prime real estate close to the stadium. Perfect weather, great crowd. And that's your Zaxby's tailgate of the week.
Kaylee and I got to the game today. We kind of got dropped off on the street and walked by a lot of the tailgating going on here. One of the greater, more lively tailgate scenes, I would say.
The lock on a throwback for a first down to Johnson.
Yeah, and Josh Heupel now just digging into the playbook, trying to find some misdirection, see if he can get playmakers in space. Jonathan Johnson, one of their faster players, Just get him to the perimeter. It's one of the best looking plays we've seen from them tonight.
Going deep, incomplete. Second down and 10, and that was Moore, who I think has been held to just that one catch.
Yeah, he has, Brent. And whether it's been Tre'Davious White or Dante Jackson, these LSU corners have won the one-on-one battles on the perimeter of the field.
Second and 10. Throws it away, and now you've got third down and 10. 9:27 remaining.
Really, the first time, really, that Drew Lock has had to face adversity, with the exception of the 3 picks he threw in the second half against Georgia. You got to remember, he's still only a true sophomore, 19 years old. He's going to continue to learn, continue to get better.
So Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator, and first down, a pitch to Chris Black.
I've been impressed with Dave Aranda and really the impact he's had on this defense. He switched up a lot of the schemes up front in the D-line. He's tried to add more zone coverage and done a good job coaching it up. His players have bought in.
Hit and blown away at the 40-yard line by Gottschalk.
Just the one thing you wanted to see, how would Drew Lock respond if he actually got hit? We just haven't seen anybody do this to him yet this year. In LSU, they brought the lumber. That time Gottschalk, 57, fighting through and slamming the true sophomore.
Made news of a different sort here in Baton Rouge, and kind of news you can do without. The charges were dropped, and so he's playing tonight. And there's the penalty flag.
Defensive holding and pass interference.
Before the pass, holding number 18 defense. The foul occurred against an eligible receiver beyond the neutral zone. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's check in now with more on the Gottschalk story with Kaylee.
Well, Brent, Sunday morning, after what was described as a tussle with his girlfriend, Gottschalk was arrested on misdemeanor counts of domestic abuse, battery, child endangerment, and false imprisonment. He was immediately indefinitely suspended from the team. The East Baton Rouge District Attorney's Office announced Tuesday it had dropped all charges against him, and he rejoined the team at that point, was back at practice on Wednesday.
All right, and here he is tonight. He's played well, too, Kaylee. Thank you for that. First down and 10. Witter spins at the 45 to the 44-yard line, and it'll be second down.
Witter carried the ball.
Witter just short of the first down, and there's Kendall Beckwith.
Really impressed just watching Beckwith as well. You know, here's a guy that 3 years ago was playing defensive end. They moved him to linebacker, and last couple of years, at times, looked like he was reacting more than anticipating. Just was trying to learn how to play the position, not being in a three-point stance like he was used to. And this year, just playing so much more aggressive. He can anticipate where the ball's going to be. He runs extremely well for a guy that's 250 pounds. I think he's got a bright future on Sundays.
Crockett, the running back. And the hole very late to develop for the running back, and now it's fourth down.
In short yardage situations, they like to bring in their defensive tackle, Josh Augusta, at 355 pounds, big number 97. That time they had him lined up at fullback, and they generally don't get stuffed when he's in the game. It speaks a lot to the physicality of LSU's front.
You got the big fellas there. Play action. And they're going to throw off of it. Big first down, the 24-yard line. So Mizzou.
Nice design. Brendan Scales, who they like to line up at fullback a lot, hasn't had a lot of catches. Gets the catch on fourth down, and I think we're going to see Marvin Sanders back in the game, the running quarterback, number 2.
So Haneke keeps this drive alive with that catch there, Jets. Made it first down and 10. And keeping the ball is Sanders, and a little wildcat look here. They sent the backup quarterback. He appeared briefly in the first half. Then he dashes back out to the side as a wide receiver, which would bring Locke back into the game. And they bring Sanders in motion, and they're going to hand it to him as a double reverse, and they're going to throw back to Locke. Touchdown, Mizzou. How about that little trickeration?
Eric Laurent at receiver is a guy that can throw the ball, and Josh Heupel's dialed this up earlier this year.
Sanders in motion.
Yeah.
And they're going to hand it to him as a double
It's
reverse.
Laurent.
And they're going to throw back to Locke.
Wide open, throwing to Locke down the sideline.
21 yards and a TD. Their first
Impressive
touchdown of the
drive.
night. Nice looking play.
Yeah, really a nice looking drive. He converted on a 4th down and finally found some explosive plays and shutout loss for the Tigers.
And Laurent, who threw the ball from Baldwin, Missouri, went to Parkway South High School. Extra point is good, and Josh Heupel and the offense not shut out. So he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass tonight, but Drew Lock has caught one.
It takes hours of practice for a drumline to perfect its routine. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is just as precise, but only takes a few minutes, so you can get a custom mortgage solution without missing a beat. Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
Rocket! Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Brakes. They aren't complicated. If they act up, stop in the AutoZone. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. What's up, America? Brake pads.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
When you need tires, you don't need a hassle. Trust the pros at Tire Pros. Get the right tires at the right price without being pushed into buying something you don't need. Take the hassle out of tire buying. Find your local dealer at TirePros.com.
A 1, a 2, a 3% cash back.
Next, there's gotta be a better way to find the right card.
CreditCards.com lets you compare hundreds of cards to find the one that's right for you. Just search, compare, and apply at CreditCards.com.
A new Sunday NFL Countdown.
Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Right now, you're watching this. So Dari, Booger, and Chris are watching that, him, and them. Which means later, you can tune into SEC Now and watch it all. SEC Now, tonight on the SEC ESPN Network.
Next stop, Florida, on the SEC Network.
Very competitive tradition, and I'm honored to be the LSU head football coach.
The LSU Tigers, national champions, the champions of the SEC.
Coach Miles is winning at a rate that's unprecedented.
Miles is an excellent motivator of players.
Well, it was a wonderful run for Les Miles here, winning the national championship back in 2007. Taking the Tigers back to another win where they were whitewashed by Alabama, and things haven't quite been the same for LSU since that night in New Orleans. And they've now lost 5 straight games to Bama. So starting this year 2-2, they decided to make a change, and that's why we have Ed Orgeron. And when you look back at the other coaches here at LSU, Charlie McClendon, of course, Bernie Moore, Les Miles, number 3, and longevity as you look back to this great history of this program. Nick Saban was here and won a national championship. Bill Arnsparger was also a great coach. And there you see the most consecutive 8-win seasons. Walking with the legends with that particular graphic, Jesse.
Yeah, and I hate that he's not here, Brent. Just as a fan of college football, a guy that admires Les Miles, I miss him because he's a legend. But I understand why the decision was made.
Yeah, you know, let's face it. There's a shelf life, and it goes on every place. And so it was time. Time has come, and now I tell you what, I saw some comments. In fact, it was sound bites. But I think game day, I saw some clips. It was very impressive how Les Miles handled his reaction. A very classy reaction. He was going to watch the game tonight at home. He had the big screen. His son's a backup at North Carolina. He was going to watch that game first this afternoon. And you know, he's walking out as one of the LSU coaching legends, and his head held high, and he said, "I'm going to root for Coach Orgeron. I'm going to root for all the players." And it was so nice. And you know deep down how much he missed not running out onto the field tonight. I mean, it was part of his life. And here we go, Brissett, foot race. It'll be 1st and goal. Gibson saves the touchdown.
Yeah, it was Boutte, the right guard, that got tremendous push on Michael Shear and just completely pushed him out of the way. Right here, pushing him that way. All the way across, and the safety, number 8, Thomas Wilson, takes a bad angle, and there's your quote-unquote 4th string running back.
And they come back with him after that 61-yard run. Hatley bringing him down.
Brent, going back to Les Miles, penalty flags here, a little bit more extracurricular activity after the play. There was someone, I think it was Charles Harris, number 91 from Missouri, that kind of pushed.
It might be the first time we've mentioned that name since we started his broadcast.
I know, and it was like Andy Dodd, the backup center for LSU, got his head pushed. Watch this here late. There's number 91. He just kind of takes his helmet and just kind of pushes it away. Frustration. More of it right there.
Remember now, this entire team received an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the first half. If there's a second one, he's out of the game. Any player who incurs it here in the second half is gone.
After the play, there are 2 fouls. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 91, Missouri, number 72, LSU. These was their second unsportsmanlike conduct fouls of the game. They're disqualified from the remainder of the game.
Now, the reason for that, if you weren't with us, is both teams received a penalty at the end of the first half. And so Harris heading back over to the sideline before he exits.
Nathan Posix now having to jog back on the field. This is a situation where they wanted to play some of their backups in the game, and I think he's asking, "Hey, why am I being thrown out? I got my head pushed back." I'm not sure if there's something that was said verbally.
Now watch more. There's some trash talking. What? He stuck his finger up in a face mask with the football. All right, and then players, they were over by the Missouri sideline. Some players came out. Some LSU players ran over, and officials had to get everybody separated, get them sent on their way to the locker rooms. But as a result of that, it was unsportsmanlike conduct both teams. Here we go now. 2nd down and goal, and Williams touchdown number 3. Geis with 3. Now Williams with 3.
Josh Boutte has had quite an impact here on these last couple runs. He's just moving whoever's in his way. Watch right here. He's going to take Beckner, push him far away to the right. I mean, this almost looks to me like some of these Missouri guys maybe are giving up. That's not a lot of fighting, not a lot of push. Boutte's a big dude at 345 pounds, but man, this has been an old-fashioned beating in the running game.
626 yards, 410 of them on the ground. De La Houssaye tacks on the extra point. LSU headed for a big W behind a powerful running game here tonight in Baton Rouge on debut night for Ed Orgeron.
I'm Nick. That's my brother Brett. We make Johnsonville sausage every day. 100% premium pork, no fillers.
That's right, no fillers. We're heading to SEC country to earn our fans one bite at a time.
So get fired up for game day made the Johnsonville way.
See us in Athens this Saturday at the SEC Nation Tailgate.
What's better than a value meal with 6 of Crystal's new, juicy, boneless wings tossed in barbecue or buffalo sauce? Getting it for just $3 boneless and 99 boneless cents, only for a limited time.
Shun the ho-hum.
For a limited time, you can get a $3.99 value meal featuring 6 of Crystal's new, juicy, boneless barbecue or buffalo wings. And right now, text FLOAT to 37793 and get a free float with any purchase.
Shun the ho-hum.
No one gets college football fans ready like my team at Holiday Inn Express. And like all good teams, this one needs a mascot. But how do you pick a mascot with so many to choose from? Easy. You don't! Come on out, Multi Scott!
See? It's a mascot mashup.
Brilliant! Hey! Whoa, easy. Save it for the game, big fella.
When you spend 100% of your time helping others, 100 years seems to go by in a flash. Auto Owners Insurance.
The SEC Nation traveling pregame show. Going to Gainesville for LSU, Florida. Maria, Tim, Marcus, Paul, and Laura. They'll break down everything. Tim Tebow, he's close. He can drive on down to Port St. Lucie after that show, get an extra game on Saturday. How about that rascal? Hitting a home run on the first pitch he looked at.
It's because you were wearing his jersey last week.
And it returns out to the 30-yard line. So, Jess, we bring a close to the Les Miles here at LSU.
And again, I'm sad it happened. I understand why it happened.
Right.
I think it was for 3 big reasons. 1, the unwillingness to change the offense. 2, the inability to consistently develop quarterbacks year in, year out. And 3, when you recruit all that NFL talent, you can't lose to Bama 5 times in a row. You can't finish 5-3 or worse in the SEC the last 4 years. You can't start the season 2-2. That wasn't going to be good enough. There's a lot of talent on this roster that Les Miles recruited. He's got a lot of big-time players. And there's a lot still for this team to play for this year. They can still win the SEC championship. They've got a big one coming up next against the Florida Gators. And if this team keeps buying into Coach O, it could be interesting.
Let me finish up on Les. If he wants to coach again, I'm sure he can find another job. Frankly, I nominate him to be hired as an analyst on camera. I think he'd be terrific.
I agree.
I'm going to tell you, to the executives, whether any of you were listening out there, I would go talk to his agent about trying to see if I could put him on the air. I think Les Miles is just a warm personality and a fun guy. They drop it off here. Mizzou does train on it 42-7 at Culkin. And a couple of things I want to see, and that is just what Jesse told you earlier. I mean, that's a minefield, okay, that you've got left with Ole Miss and Alabama and Texas A&M, not to mention the Gators next week. So we've got the final 350, and we move forward now, and this is a very, very impressive night for Coach Ed Orgeron, his debut as interim coach. And with this, he has given himself a chance, in my opinion, depending on what happens the rest of the way, to make it. If he can negotiate most of that minefield, specifically Alabama, got a chance. Now, we mentioned, and Jesse just talked about it, referring to the NFL players, and I want you to see this, okay? Start of the season, all right? There you have the top 5. LSU is on the top, followed by Florida State, USC, then Alabama. And all great schools, lots of great players around the NFL. We all get it. But this talent here at LSU is special, and they just have not had a good offense. Fair catch is a signal at the 45-yard line. We've got 3:20 to go. White made the fair catch. And so, Jess, we've had another quite a day. Tennessee, the prayers answered with the Hail Mary. I'm sure a lot of my fans have seen it. And for some, they wondered why that extra point wasn't kicked, if you know what I mean. But there it was, Texas A&M defeating South Carolina 24-13. And Alabama rolling over Kentucky, staying undefeated 34-6. And it looks like we've got Brandon Harris is going to do a little cleanup here for Coach O with 3:19. There's a young man who's learning how to handle a little adversity. And Leonard Fournette's brother, this is Leonard, number 27, okay? And St. Augustine High School down in New Orleans, of course. That's where Leonard went. And that's Leonard's 3rd carry of the season. So it's nice to see him out here on the field. And we hope that Leonard's ankle will allow him to play next week. Boy, can you imagine running the attack with Fournette back? Oh, my goodness. Guys, Williams.
You know, I'll tell you what, that Florida front poses a challenge at the Swamp, and that's a game they would love to have number 7 back on the field. This offensive line needs to get healthy.
So I wonder if they're going to give the coach a bath here in the final 2:30 as young Fournette dances across midfield. Tackled by Garrett, another freshman up from Mizzou.
Coach O delivered the right message to the team. One team, one heartbeat. He had a bunch of drums brought in. We heard him yesterday at the football offices, banging on the drums. Had everybody in a meeting room, holding onto a rope, all pulling it
everybody
one direction.
pulled the same direction.
He has a way of getting across and get the messaging to the team. And with the energy that he instills, you've seen it all night tonight on the sidelines. Kids just love playing for him.
And I'm sure that Kaylee will track him down just as soon as this one's over. Here's the toss play. Young Fournette crosses the 45-yard line, doing a good job here running the clock out, staying in bounds, keeping it moving.
Well, about as good as a start that Coach O could have hoped for. Offense puts up over 635 yards. Defense holds, statistically, the most explosive offense in the conference with 7 points.
SEC now will have all the highlights, and certainly you've got to watch that if you have not seen the final hectic minutes of Tennessee's victory over Georgia. It might be the best of this year. I have to tell you that. It was something to behold. And Harris going to run the clock out. Okay, boys, we don't need any of that. That's good. One of the veterans step in there. And
Great scene here tonight, though, wasn't it? Homecoming, Death Valley, Coach O's debut.
The fans are loving it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man,
they put up 634 yards of offense. They controlled the clock 41 minutes and 48 seconds. They held Mizzou to 265 yards of offense and only 17:27 of possession time. 29 first downs I've got for LSU. Oh, he's going to get it. Congratulations.
pressure for him. That never gets old.
Good job, baby.
So it's 42-7. We're going to come back and hear from Coach. But right now, let's check in quickly with the studio. And here is Dari Noka. Take it away, Dari.
Brent, thank you very much. How about your play of the day? The Hail Mary answered for Tennessee. That is your game winner, your walk-off shot, so to speak. Josh Dobbs with the throw. And a remarkable way to end the game. Jawan Jennings goes up and gets it, and Tennessee stays undefeated. First 5-0 start since they won the title in 1998. In the meantime, we'll get more into that as we move along on SEC Now, but let's get you to Baton Rouge.
All right, Dari, thank you very much. I know that folks wanted to see that play. And Kaylee's down with Coach, so let's go to the field.
Coach, soaked in Gatorade, how do you describe the emotions of your first win as the head coach of the Tigers?
I'm happy for our football team and the Tiger family. One team, one heartbeat. Our boys played tremendous tonight. We're just getting started.
You say the mission is to flip the script. What do you feel was accomplished with that goal in mind?
Yeah, I think our offensive guys did a tremendous job of mixing up the play calling. Steve Ensminger and all our offensive coaches. Think about the job that Dave Aranda and the defense did to hold these guys to 7 points. This is a tremendous job by our players and our staff. We worked hard this week, and we get better.
With so few days in a week, what was the biggest challenge when it came to trying to make immediate change to the offense?
I just think mindset, man. We decided we're going to go. We've been watching some things that we think could work. Our guys did a tremendous job in believing.
What allowed this run game to impose its will on Missouri?
Well, we opened up with the passing game. We loosened them up a little bit, just what the game plan was, then put the run to them. We got a tremendous run game. We know that. We got some good running backs. We got one that didn't play tonight, and we're going to look forward to building on this.
What's the next step in that building process?
Get better. We're going to get better. Monday's about the truth. We're going to get on to our next opponent. But for right now, we're going to enjoy this victory.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Kaylee, indeed, huh? Go Tigers, and hugs all around. That was one of the young men who turned in a tremendous performance here tonight, and I know that you joined. We're very happy for Coach O.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And again, probably the best start that he could have hoped for. And I think you and I kind of had the feeling like these kids were going to come out tonight, play with their hair on fire. We knew they wanted to play for their interim coach, and they did exactly that. They were physical. There was tremendous energy. You saw that on the sidelines. You saw that on the field all night tonight. And this is kind of the first step in a building process, because we've looked at the schedule and what they have moving forward. It's only going to get tougher from here, but I think you've got to be really, really pleased, at least if you're an LSU fan, and what you saw from this team playing for their new interim coach.
And Mr. Geis had a heck of a game. He's down below with Kaylee. Let's return.
Darius, how do you describe the emotions you players feel as you're able to give Coach O that win?
It's been a crazy week for all of us after the firing of our former head coach. And when Coach O first, was given the job, he excited just like all of us are excited for something new and for a different change. And just playing for Coach O, because Coach O was like a best friend to all of us, and we all are proud of him, and we just know what this means to him, what this means to his family, and also what this means to us as players. So,
what change did you feel was most impactful in today's game?
Everything is faster at practice now. Everything is at a much faster tempo, and we on and off the field, so it keeps us fresh for the game. So I feel like that was the most impactful thing this whole week. Everything is quicker.
How do you explain what you were able to do, the success you were able to have out of the gate?
The old linemen did great. We did a great job of keeping everybody rested, and the old linemen just did what they had to do. Coach Ensminger did a great job of putting us in great position this week, as well as Coach O. And the old linemen just had a blast today, and we just complimented them.
How do you explain the dynamic in your running back room between Leonard Fournette, yourself, Williams, and Brose? They got their touchdowns tonight too.
Well, we from the beginning, we all here for a reason, and we all help each other get better every day at practice, in the meeting room, studying our opponents. So we just did a great job preparing for it this whole week. So,
thank you, Darius.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaylee. 419 yards of rushing here tonight, Jess. I'm telling you.
School football. It wasn't 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It was 10, 15, 20 yards and some smoke. And it started off with Darius Geis, a great job running between the tackles and running outside. He put all of his skill sets on display. The vision, the foot speed, the balance. But then it was Darrell Williams coming in as well, and he provided some more physicality in the running game. He's a little bit more of a north-south runner, but each of these guys had 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. They ended up going for 418 rush yards for LSU, and it was kind of a two-headed monster early. We saw Nick Brissett get involved a little bit later as well, behind an offensive line that was a bit dinged up, a bit injured, and now a big challenge for them next week as they take on the Gators' physical D-line. They're going to need this running game on the road at the Swamp.
So Coach O heads off his first victory here in Baton Rouge. And, you know, we've shown you the schedule. It doesn't get a whole lot easier for this team. They got to saddle up and get ready for the Gators over in Gainesville. Going to be a tough game next week.
Yeah, it really is. I just want to give Coach O and this team credit in the big picture, because this easily could have been a woe is me thing. Hey, we're 2-2. We fired our head coach. We're playing with our backup quarterback. Our best player, Leonard Fournette's not playing. Let's just shut it down and start thinking about next year. They didn't do that. They realized, looking at that schedule, what's still out there for them to accomplish. The SEC championship is still well within their grasp. Step one was playing a much improved Missouri team. The 42-7 finish is one that they're going to love. But now you got to flip the script quickly. Get ready to go play the Gators at the Swamp, Ole Miss, Bama, at Arkansas, at A&M. That's all still coming up. But you just take one at a time. You keep buying into the message of Coach Orgeron. Danny Etling at quarterback continues to settle in. See some more tweaks in the passing game. The talent on this team, on this field, it's going to be a special year for LSU.
So, coming up later, we'll be inside the locker room. We'll show you the news conferences. Right now, it's a very happy Coach O and LSU Tigers. Let's go to Dari.